Ayah. Halo Yor, halo guys. Halo. Halo. Malam semua. Menang siapa nih kira-kira guys? Coba kita bikin poll dulu ya. PRX Optik. Halo Yor, halo. Kemana lu Yor? Gua kena COVID guys, anjay. Halo sir, hello. Udah sehat belum Yor? Belum begitu sih, gua nggak tahu sih. Gua cuma kalau demam udah nggak demam, cuman kayak tinggal batuknya doang. Batuk tenggorokan gua udah aman lah, tinggal batuknya doang sih. Malam Davin, halo sir, udah bisa ngamuk kah? Muka lu ngamuk anjing. Baru live lu ditanyainnya yang itu lu, aneh lu orang-orang. Sehat yo, thank you kan Niki. Well, gimana kabar lu? Oke lah, kalau dibandingkan sama yang terakhir ya, soalnya yang terakhir gua bener-bener puyeng anjing, panas. Kalau sekarang sih udah tinggal batuknya doang sih. Masih lihat stage-nya udah ada crowd sih. Emang udah ada ya? Seriusan? GWS Koyor, thank you YUUU. Gimana keadaannya anjay, gue kangen nih. Halo Koyor, halo. Batuk biasanya kalau udah sembuh tetap masih batuk Yor. Iya kah? Nggak tahu sih. Gue cuman keadaan gue sekarang ya. Keadaan gue yang sekarang udah nggak demam, udah nggak panas. Kalau main, tapi main 1-2 game pusing, terus sama batuk sih, udah itu doang. Ada apa ya? Gue kena COVID. Kok ya lihat yang Inggris ada penonton? Masa? Ini yang Inggris nih. Hai Koyor, halo Pici. Udil, halo Bang Anto. Wey Dil, halo. Bang kok kayak kurang tidur itu aja ya? Masa? By the way guys, gua COVID turun 2 kilo anjing. Berapa hari tuh? Masih berlanjut. Sekarang berat gua udah 91 dari 100. Berarti gua udah turun 9 kilo. Sebulan lebih. Terakhir gua ke Semarang kapan? Bulan lalu ya? Pokoknya terakhir gua ke Semarang tuh 100 tuh. Gua udah 91 sekarang. Gimana Mulian, jadi aja kena COVID. Iya anjir, kok COVID. Nggak peduli, ya udah bodo amat. Lu mau lu peduli, mau lu nggak peduli, mau lu peduli. Kalau peduli ya terima kasih, kalau nggak peduli ya gua bodo amat. Karena gua juga nggak peduli lu siapa. Lu mau nama lu Ahmad sang analis kah, analer lah, ana pepel lah, bodo amat. GWS snap, salah orang lu. Nabila tuh lagi live sebelah, kocak. Udah berapa hari nggak liat lu marah-marah Yor. Aduh, kayaknya gue emang disuruh buat ini kayaknya, istirahat dulu bro. Istirahat dari apa, kekacauan duniawi ini bro. Kayaknya harus istirahat bro. Gue marah-marah mulu gak boleh kayak. Kalau katanya stop and apa, gue bikin lu sakit biar lu stop marah-marah gitu katanya. Berarti kalau gitu COVID aja Yor, kan turun berat badan lu canda. Enggak lah anjing, jangan lah, gak enak sumpah. Ya walaupun gue tahu katanya COVID yang sekarang gak begitu kayak dulu ya, cuman tetep gak enak sih rasanya. Katanya yang Delta tuh lebih parah ya. Nggak bisa ngerasain lagi kah? Bisa. Gue kemarin COVID bisa ngerasain semuanya. Makanya kayaknya yang Delta nih katanya yang parah banget, yang nggak bisa ngerasain apa-apa. Istirahat bro, butuh asupan emosi, nggak bisa bro. Katanya udah pada masuk sekolah ya. Pepe Electron welcome bro, thank you. Gua kangen lihat facial lu yang isinya bervariasi, anjay. Udah enakan Yor, lumayan lah. Nyanyi Dewi ya, lu sape. Lu tadi bilang nggak peduli, lu sape. Ini ada Bucil Ahmad cowok. SKSD nih bangke. Tapi ya makan lancar. Gue makan sehat sih. Ya gue tadi habis tes PCR. Kalau gue bisa semua gara-gara lu ya, buset. Kenapa gue yang disalahin, lu yang berkeliaran? Bisa ngerasain perasaan yang udah hilang gak Yor? Alah, perasaan yang udah hilang mau ngapain cari lagi. Ayo respect. Offline kah ini semifinal? Maksudnya? Bah itu ada kantong mati atau emang pakai make up? Pakai make up gua. Pakai make up sendiri gua bikin nih pakai hitam. Jadi gua ini caranya pakai itu kan yang kayak makeup yang buat pensil, gua taruh sini yang warna hitam, terus gua gini nih. Nah, jadinya hitam. Malam.
Hello and welcome to day 10
Mana nih?
of
Ayo
Valor
dong,
Masters Copenhagen.
penontonnya.
I'm Golden Boy. Joining me on the desk to break down today's crucial matchups. Of course, it's Bren and Jesco.
Who cares?
We've abandoned our old set. We've actually leveled up this bad boy in the Forum Copenhagen for the the next 3 days. Not the first. It's the
Casternya
first
beda-beda
day
ya?
of crowd days. Guys, how you feeling today? You good?
Analis.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. Listen, it's been like almost 2 years waiting. The
Kenapa
bedroom
nggak sulam
cash is
alis
waiting
Yor?
to come home
Lu.
for this moment right here, and finally we're getting into it.
Kok ya
The
suara lu
nitty-gritty
sempat
of the
habis nggak?
tournament, where really you're gonna
Gak
see the
bisa
storylines
iya, bukan nggak
manifest.
sempat
My heart
habis
is
sih. Kayak
beating at
susah
a
banget
million
buat
miles per
ngomong.
hour because the
Wih,
last
ini
time we had
stasnya
a
guys.
crowd or I had a crowd in an environment was back in 2020.
Ini stas belakangnya coy.
No, 2020, something like that. Now it's
Sebelum
2022.
nggak tahu, gua
It's been
mesti-
2 years.
gua
It's been a
belum
long time.
tes
And I
PCR
have
lagi,
been living
ntar lah.
for this moment. I cannot wait.
Kalau udah
Yeah,
7
it's
hari,
gonna be
8
awesome.
hari
We're so
baru
glad
buat
that
tes.
everyone's in here with us today. We have a packed
Ini
weekend
kayaknya
as well. So make sure you all just
Kayaknya
continue
waktu
to
ke
tune in
stadion
each and every
bertiga
single
kena
day. But
COVID
before we
semua.
get to
Gua
today's
kacau sama
action,
Agil kena
we have to
COVID
talk
bertiga
about
cok.
what led us here. Of
Tapi
course,
yang
day 9
kena
of
gejala
the
duluan gua.
competition in 2 crucial elimination matches. First,
Jadi
it was
pas
the number 1
besoknya
seeded
langsung
EMEA
ini guys,
Fnatic
langsung demam.
versus the number 1 seeded Latin American team in Leviathan. This one went down to the
Udah
wire
lama
with
gua nggak denger ini dah
multiple
guys, sumpah.
overtimes on the back of some
Tangan gua anjir.
Fnatic though was able to walk away with a decisive third match win and move on. This game was
Ini katanya map yang terakhir nih si Booster kayak orang gila ya,
I think it's not
katanya
even
baru
just the iconic
31 ya.
moments. The level of international Valorant, every event has jumped up, and that match solidified to me that we truly have the best teams here in the playoffs.
No doubt, no doubt. But
Itu
then
kondisi udah
we
vaksin
should
booster.
focus
Udah
over to the
3
number
kali
2
gua.
seeded EMEA team, FPX.
Nggak
And
sih,
they
menurut
took
gua
on
kecapean,
DRX.
abis
And, you know,
kecapean,
unfortunately for DRX, history
terus di
has a tendency to
terjang lah
repeat
itu.
itself, and
Bam!
they were unable to
Kena
push
lah
forward,
COVID udah.
move on in this competition, having dropped 2 straight maps. And
Tapi,
while I do agree with that statement,
gua
just
bertiga
that,
tuh
you know,
gejalanya
everyone
sama
is
semua
leveled up.
tenggorokan
I'm
sama
not
ini.
gonna
Ini
lie,
DRX
I
kalah ya,
gave it this hope a
udah
little bit more for
ente
DRX,
dah.
but you know they were
Kenapa
they
ya?
were a little flat.
Kenapa ya
What a
DRX tuh
bad
kayak
day
nggak
of the
pernah
tournament
sampai
to have the worst day
top
of
4
the
ya?
office.
Why?
For DRX, that was one of their poorest
happened with
performances.
DRX?
And FPX capitalized at every moment they saw a weakness. They struck, and they struck with full velocity. They deserve to win that match, and that is a full power
ya, guys,
FPX
ya?
we have. No more subs, no more excuses. Oh, we've got the real FPX, baby.
ya?
That's where we're at.
Absolutely.
Berapa
I mean,
persen
these
ya
guys have
perubahan
really just
kondisi lu?
salvaged
Maksudnya
every opportunity
berapa
presented
persen
to them
gimana?
to make it to this point in the tournament. I'm so pleased that we've got this full strength
Map
FPX
terakhir
squad
Enzo
now as
sih
well.
GG.
I'm a little bit
Iya,
disappointed,
kalau
like
ini
you said,
harus
GP,
dulu.
about DRX
Kenapa harus
because
besar
honestly,
sih?
listen,
Why?
I'm this close, man, to stop, to just not talking about
Kenapa ya
them anymore.
DRX nih
Because they just
selalu
keep choking
kalah
at this
ya?
point in the tournament. It's so frustrating
Lu udah
to
pernah
watch that
COVID
region has
sebelumnya?
so much talent in
Belum
the form of
sih.
DRX.
Cuman yang ini
Hopefully, though, they are
baru
going to
kena
get
ya.
one more opportunity, I believe, at champs. So
Kelihatannya
that's their
iya,
shot. We're not here
kelihatannya
to talk
tuh
about that. We're here to talk
meyakinkan
about the
loh
teams
DRX
actually
nih.
have made it
Kenapa
through
ya?
into the tournament to this point.
And that, my friend, is the reason why they
FX
pay the big
malah
bucks.
nih
A great
kayaknya
transition
kayak
there,
di bawah
because
tuh
now
udah
that you're all
kayak
caught up, let's go ahead and check out the current tournament bracket of for our first match of the day. By the way, it's going to be the upper bracket
Bisa
final
jadi nih,
between
Fnatic bisa kalah nih.
PRX and the returning champions, Optic Gaming. The winner of this heads straight to the
Sumpah, kalau
grand
misalkan yang
finals
juara
on
optik
Sunday.
lagi sih nggak
Then
masuk akal
it's
sih,
an
jujur
EMEA
aja.
grudge match.
Sumpah.
Hell in a cell, whatever you want to call it. Anarchy in the
Berarti
arena.
emang
It's Fnatic and
Valorant
Fun
dipegang
plus
sama
Phoenix
NN.
facing off yet again.
Sedangkan di
Feels
bawah
like my team
ML
does indeed strike
lagi
at least 30 times. And the winner of this one is going to be
berantem
moving on
ini.
to the lower bracket final. A best of 5 that will determine who gets the shot at the title.
Emang gue
Earlier
punya
today, though,
kantong mata
YUUU
tuh
and I
kelihatan
actually had a
banget.
chance to talk with FPX's Angel
Wah,
and, of course, the coach Doombros about their Masters
gara-gara
run
cahaya
and
di
what's
sana.
ahead in our
Tahu
second
lah.
match. Let's actually go ahead and
Udah
check that
sembuh
out.
lu belum? Ini
Hey,
gue
what's
mau
going on,
kayak
everyone? GB and YUUU here. We're actually joined by FPX's very own Angel and Doombros, as we're going to talk about, all the things that have happened, up until this point here, and it's a
Karena
sweat
Derek
lodge.
didukung Niku
We're just
Tomo
gonna
jadi
have
kalah.
great conversations and
Apa
sweat it out. You guys
hubungannya
ready?
Derek sama Niku
Yeah,
Tomo,
sure. Nothing
anjir?
can possibly go wrong soon.
Yeah, hit them with a
Kalau
spicy
ngantuk
All right, hit him with a
tidur,
spicy
iya,
one.
ntar ya.
The question you've been
Video
asked
berapa ya,
all the
Rob?
time,
3 pasti.
because
Kalau
obviously
batuk tutup
you
mulut
guys have
kali
had
anjing
such
virusnya coba
a journey up
wireless,
until this point.
Gua
This is
udah
the first
berasa
time you
kayak
guys have
bucil
really been
anjing.
able to be a team
Udah berasa kayak
together
bucil dong lu.
on LAN and be able to play
Kayak
together. Did you feel like once the
dulu tuh
team
gua
all got together and
ditipu
was able to experience this,
waktu
that this is where
bocil.
you would be right now,
Kalau
like
lu
in the top 4
katanya
of
lu
this
kalau misalkan
competition, Angel?
cium-cium cewek, ceweknya bisa hamil.
It's hard to tell
anjing.
because we didn't had enough preparation, I
Baru
would
tahu
say,
gua.
because all the switches all the time. We wasn't sure who we were gonna play this tournament with.
Bocil,
So I wouldn't call it our
anjing.
like top form, but we definitely can like win this tournament.
But did you feel like
Gaji
if
Agil
everyone
juga
got
kemarin sempat
together,
bilang gitu, Efek
that
bisa ngebantai
naturally
fanatik.
this
Iya.
is where you would end up
Persija
as a
kok nggak ada
team,
di
the
bracket.
whole unit, the whole squad
Lu-
together?
It's like we feel super
Biar
confident
lu
right
kurusan
now after
lumayan
everyone
lah.
coming
Gua
here.
turun
So I
berapa
think,
ya?
like,
Gua sekarang
anything is
91.
possible.
Terakhir
Yeah,
tuh
anything is possible.
Doom?
terakhir
I
berapa ya?
mean,
Lupa
for
deh.
me,
Pokoknya gua
if we had enough
di
preparation, we
abis
could
dari
do what we
di
usually
Semarang tuh
do.
gua 100.
Like we win the event,
Ke
like no
terus
questions
sekarang
asked. That's how
91.
much confidence I have.
Ya gimana udah
Same
sehat
for the
belum
last
sih? Belum.
Masters, like,
Ini gua
if
mah
we got the
kayak
chance to
masih
travel,
batuk-batuk.
no chance we're winning it. So for now, obviously, I'm confident we have our full roster, but our natural
Malam ya
process
malam.
and
Orang
our
rumah aman
system
nggak?
that we're used to working with
Aman
has
sih
become
harusnya ya.
disrupted a
Soalnya
bit.
gua bener-bener
So
di dalam
obviously there
kamar
will be some
enggak
like kinks and
bener-bener
some
udah kayak
holes, but
kandang, cok.
I think a top 4 finish is
Kita harus
good
isolasi
and expected for me.
mandiri. Isolasi
And
lebih
anything
daripada
else
liar.
from
Iya,
there
Fak.
is just a bonus. But with enough time, we
Masa
can
sih?
make it.
I know you've had some disruptions, but I want to talk about a constant.
halo.
Not just in EMEA, but it
Ya,
seems to be
Jordan
internationally.
nggak ada
FPX versus
nggak ada
Fnatic.
hijau-hijau lu,
Zip and Go
Jordan.
Kill versus Summon FC back in the days
Kotak.
as well. I actually have a tweet from you, Angel. I know you remember this. Back in the days when you used to play against them, you used to
Playing for
refer to
strike
Summon FC,
semifinal
who are
today
now
against
Fnatic,
Sofian on
FPX
setting.
on low settings. Now, you played them a hell of a lot of times at this point. You know, they've bested you a few times as well. Does that still stand? Do you think they're still FPX on low settings?
No, actually, right now they copying our strats much less, and I'm
Oh,
happy
that's so
about it.
nice.
Yeah, but obviously they taking some ideas from us. But it's fine. It's like the same like process
Gila
happening
nih
with
orang udah
us,
tua
right?
kan ya? Si
Watching
Angel
some
ini
of
ya?
theirs matches, some of other teams matches, and taking
Gue
some
sih
good
semoga
ideas
cepet
from there.
sehat. Thank you,
I think now it's
Afan.
became much more
Yang kena
natural
COVID
than it
siapa
was
aja ya? Gua kacau
Why do you
Agil.
both feel like
Menang
this
gak
is a
nih
team that you
PPRX?
haven't
Harusnya
been able
menang
to
ya?
overcome in stage 2? Because you've
Tapi
you
nggak
managed
tahu
to kind of
sih.
swat away
Mungkin
everyone else.
menurut
except
gua
for
It
NA
feels
tuh
like
lebih
Alpha
siap.
gave them a boost, which they needed.
NA lebih
It
siap
looks like
ketemu
it's
lawan
some
yang
kind
terlalu
of
barbar dibandingkan
honeymoon
Eropa
period,
sih.
right? Like when
yeah.
teams are
Menurut
playing
gua ya.
really good after a
Makanya
change.
nih gue mesti lihat nih. Cuman
And then at some
terakhir-akhir
point
kalau
they
misalkan
stop playing
kita lihat
that good,
PPRX ya.
but no one knows
Kayak
when it's gonna
bener-bener
happen, right?
lawan fanatik tuh
So we'll
kemarin
see.
tuh
I mean, for me,
map 1 tuh
there's
kayak
like two
mereka
elements to
rada-rada
Valorant. There's like
default
the
lama loh,
structure and
lumayan
the
loh.
strategy,
PPRX
and there's the individuals and
ngerubah
how good
gameplay
they are like
sedikit.
skill-wise. And I think during this, like when we're facing us,
Udah
like
sehat
Dirk
nih,
and
belum
Alpha
dong?
here,
Bang,
turn
ada
out,
salam dari Food
we're
Ghost.
really good individually.
Halo.
So we kind of match
Udah mendingan
equally
koyor.
in terms of
Kalau
strats,
mendingan
like maybe
udah lah,
some
mendingan
team
jauh
is better
daripada
than Valor,
sebelumnya ya.
But in the end, they seem to always
Amin lah.
like edge
Gimana
us out
COVID-nya
in
udah sembuh,
terms
gue
of
cek
like some
tanggal
important
9
rounds,
sampai
some
sekarang
important
batuknya
clutches.
gak nahan.
But I think every game except for
Gua-
when we had a
gua
sub
tuh
is really
positif tuh,
close, like
gua-
13-11
Gue gak tau ya guys,
overtimes.
COVID tuh
So
kalau
I'm
COVID
confident
tuh
in this matchup. We have our full
dibilang
team and
positif tuh
5th time's the
pas
charm. So
gejalanya timbul
That's
ya.
as they say.
Atau
Fifth
gimana
time
ya?
is a
Soalnya
charm.
gue
It's
gejala
very
timbul
true.
kan hari Minggu.
we do
Terus gue
have
ceknya hari Senin.
another tweet as well.
Dapat hasilnya hari
because
Selasa.
first land of my career,
Yeah.
I will enjoy and cherish every single moment of this. This is actually super wholesome, super nice.
Terus
But
sekarang
yeah, I
masih
mean,
pakai
you know,
les
this is your
futsal.
first land.
Iya,
Right? Did you
masih.
ever
Gue lagi
foresee
pesen
it? 'Cause, yeah,
mouse vaksi
every
tuh.
person always is like, I'm gonna go compete
Yang
in land,
AX
compete on
outside
stage.
yang
and stuff.
kayak
Did
mouse
you
gue
feel
zaman
like
dulu tapi
this
warna
was
kuning.
a good opportunity for you
Translate
to
bang, coba
kind of give
agak
yourself
mager.
that boost, that
Ya,
opportunity?
apakah
Like here you
lumayan
are,
lah. Ya
this is
punya
it,
dulu
you've made
karena
it.
COVID karena
I mean,
kayaknya mungkin
for
karena
me,
kan gara-gara
Valorant
ke
is my
stadion
first
deh.
really sport.
Gua
So like
kacau,
risen to
Agi itu
the
kena
top
semua. Kayaknya
quite
mungkin
fast.
gara-gara pas di
So
stadion.
everything for me is a new experience. Like even coming to this land,
Semoga
I realized I
tangannya
had
Ye
to
ke
change
Sleo.
some things
Aduh,
up.
kalian
Like
tuh nggak
how
boleh
you,
tau.
like
Itu
how your
namanya tuh
procedures is
apa?
done, like how your
Mendoakan
structure is
orang
done.
tuh di
And I think I learned a lot. And I think for me, that's
tidak
my
boleh yang
personal mission.
mendoakan yang jelek
At
guys.
least here is just
Lebih
to
baik lu mendoakan tuh
get
semoga
experience it, get to play on
PPX
stage, like,
semuanya
see
on
how it's
fire.
different from at
Itu kayak
home,
gitu cukup. Kayak gitu
get
kan lu
experience
artinya
the
kan nggak boleh.
pressure, do interviews
Sejak
like
kapan lu
this,
doa
yeah,
begitu?
open camera, meet
Lu
everyone.
sejak kapan lu
And for
harapan
me,
orang
that's-
gitu tuh
that
bisa
has always been my
terpenuhi
dream,
tuh
like, my whole life.
nggak
So
baik
like to
gitu
be able to
adik-adik.
do it and to try to do it good, you know, yeah, do it good. We will see.
Kayaknya umur
Yeah.
3-an,
To be
iya
able
dia
to do it
tua
and
deh
learn,
sekarang.
like it's,
Cuma
yeah,
masih jago
for me,
ya,
it's
hebat
the
ya.
best gift I could ever have. So
Just real quick, but you've been to a lot.
Kalau
You've been
PPX
to-
menang di
Us two are
sini
like, not
chance
that many
buat
you two
bukan
are
Yeah,
chance
yeah.
every
bukan
land under the sun.
bukan
Like
chance
everything
lagi
else.
yang emang
You've been
pasti
on some.
gede
You
anjing
feel like this is
50%.
No.
Karena emang
No,
udah
just
antara
another day.
juara
Like
sama
after
juara
like
dua kok.
tens LAN, big LAN attendance, like it all becomes the same. Like obviously there's
Sesakit
some small
apapun
difference
tetap
which you need to
slay,
adapt to.
slay,
Yeah.
and
But
slay. We play
like,
together,
okay.
we slay together, we slay together, we slay together.
It's like
Ini apa ya?
okay.
Bisnet gue dari kemarin tuh
Sometimes you
error-error
just gotta
gitu
have
ya.
a vibe like that, Brand. You know?
Angel's
Kalau
got
udah
such
vaksin
a
ketiga
calm,
mana aja
intimidating
kayaknya ya,
vibe
karena
to him.
vaksin itu
I
mengalami
don't know
dampak
what it is.
COVID.
It's
Iya.
like he's got easy access to my kneecaps because I'm so tall.
Emang
It's
suara
like
gue
he's
tuh
a
kecil
dangerous
banget ya,
guy.
sampai harus
Wait, he's a
kecilin
dangerous guy.
streamnya.
That's what you gotta be
Harusnya tes
watching out for,
positif
dude.
kalau emang kena
Okay.
virusnya sih harus
So
soalnya ada
Angel
yang
goes for
positif
the
tapi nggak ada
kneecaps.
Oh, I
gejala.
don't know. I've never fought Angel, but he was cool, calm, and collected in that.
Nah, ini kan gua kan-
Listen, the guy
Gue
was
kan
like,
ngerasain
"Defend
gejala
the
kan hari
He's a guy
Minggu
who
kan,
can switch
demam
from 20
demam
different
tinggi
agents
banget.
across a plethora
Terus
of
gue
different
baru
agent
ceknya
pools. So if he can do all that and has
Senin nih.
come and collected
Jadi
that,
nih,
then I'm going
gue
to
ngerasa
say
gejalanya tuh
what
hari
if we
Minggu.
Well, I tell you one
Nah,
thing, Fnatic
terus
better watch out for their kneecaps apparently.
pas
That's
hari
something I learned from
Seninnya,
Brand. All right, well,
itu
folks,
gua
by the way, if you're
ngecek.
at home, okay, why don't you
Nah,
go ahead and tweet about the show?
nyampe
Let us know,
di
who
gua
do you think is
itu
the
hari
best
Selasa.
dressed one up here? I don't know. Like, go
Jadi,
nuts, go nuts.
gua
It's
kenanya
like,
tuh di
it
hari
could be
apa?
the green, it could be
Senin
the
gue kan di
painter's
Senin
look,
kan
you know, or it
apa
could
pas
just be my
Senin itu kan
rebellious
dinyatakan
biker
gue
gang
positif.
image here.
Nggak
I
mungkin
don't
hari
know. Let us
Selasa
know.
kan.
Make sure
Antara
you
hari
use
Minggu
hashtag
kalau nggak
Valorant
Senin.
Masters
Nah, gue
or
tuh
hashtag
kenanya pas
VCC
di
so
pas
we can
gue
see your
gejala
tweets featured
pertama
on the show
atau
throughout all
memang
today's
gimana.
broadcast. Have fun with it, people. But seriously, I do want to know why I'm the best dressed person here. Also,
Itu
if
Bapak
you're
masih
suffering
karantina,
from
nggak tahu.
performance anxiety, why not just scan the QR code that's going to pop up on the screen? There. Damn it.
Other
Messed
way.
it up. I could have
You're
done it
good,
better,
you're
but I
good, you're
didn't do it that time. All right, take part in today's Twitter poll.
Udah
It's a
sehat ya,
real
belum
easy
terlalu sih.
question.
Cuman
Who do you
kalau
think
misalkan
is gonna
baikan
win
sih udah
Masters
lumayan jauh.
Copenhagen? Is it PaperX, Optic
Iya
Gaming,
nih,
Fun
Kit
Plus
gara-gara
Phoenix,
nontonin
or
PPX
Fnatic?
nih. Kok si Jason
do you
ngeluarin
have any
COVID
opinions?
anjing.
Wait, I'm just gonna
You're
scan.
really gonna scan this
Scan it.
right
Enggak
now?
lah, canda.
Wow.
Tinggal
Can you
jing
guess?
doang yang masih
Can you guess
positif.
who
Di
I'm thinking?
I don't know.
stadion
I have a
ngapain aja
feeling
ya?
you're gonna go for
Ngobar
Ooh, you got me.
Yeah,
sama
because of the
bikin
green.
Yeah, I mean,
konsen.
that's why I'm wearing the green, baby.
She's trying to farm clout on Twitter.
Yor bakal
That's fine.
sampai
I mean,
subuh
that's-
nggak
that's
nih
the
Messi?
game.
Of course
That's
tidak
I'm
lah.
not
Learned a lot
posting
from
anything
him.
about the optic.
Gue mesti istirahat. Gue mesti istirahat
That's fair.
banyak.
That's fair. What do I
My answer, I want the two-time, I want to repeat title.
Nanti
I want
pas
optic,
game gedein
but
suara in gamenya ya udah.
every
Gak
essence
bisa
of
lah
my
gue
soul,
gedein
I'm
in
a
game ini kan
people boy.
stream,
I'm looking at
stream
it.
mereka kocak.
If
Kalau
Yinsu
Kalau
was
misalkan
here,
ini
she
ya
would
minta
just
operator di
high-five
sana.
I'm telling you,
Coba,
that's
weh
the
Riot,
of a banging-
gedein
a
suara
banging
gamenya
record,
anjing
honestly.
gitu.
Yeah.
I'm a paper boy. I want that team to do well.
He's a
Harusnya
paper
pas
boy
gejala
in a
pertama, iya
paper
harus.
world.
Lu masih bisa
Alright,
nyotong
well, we're
rasanya,
gonna take
masih
a
masih.
quick commercial break, but
Jadi
we're
gua
gonna
pertama
deep
kali yang
dive
parah
on
banget
our
itu
first match of the
masih.
day between PaperX
Gue
and
ngerasa ya
Optic
guys ya.
Gaming. Of
Gue
course,
punya,
we'll see you on
gue
the
tuh
other
ngetes
side.
hari Senin Senin aja tuh CCT gue tuh 20-an dan gue ngerasa itu demam gue udah mulai oke. Yang parah itu hari Minggu itu demam tinggi banget. Itu gue CT gue berapa ya? Ini minum obat apa aja ya? Nggak tau, gue dikasih vitamin, terus dikasih Degirol tuh buat tenggorokan, terus dikasih apa ya buat batuk sama nyokap gue, sama lu kalau kalian tahu namanya ada Lohanko tuh juga gue dikasih apa ya, gitulah pokoknya. Ini ada crowdnya nggak Yor? Ini ada penontonnya bro. Di Jepang udah mau vaksin keempat Yor, iya kah? Setahu gue emang lu di sini bisa ini kok bisa add deh. Lu coba ke Peduli Lindungi lu bisa add sampai 6 kali dah. Bang, Valo Indo kalau LAN gimana bang venue-nya? Nggak tahu deh, mungkin di Hotel Ayana kali atau apa. Nggak ngerti gua. Atau di... Tergantung sih. Masalahnya ada yang nonton atau enggak. Peminatnya banyak lah. Kalau misalkan ngomongin kayak misalkan mobile itu udah pasti banyak yang nonton. Ini Valo belum tentu. Bener gak? Bener lah. Belum tentu anjir. Ya COVID nafsu makan hilang nggak? Nggak tak, ya hilang sih. Lu bayangin, gue makan aja udah gue potong setengah dari kemarin. Ini gue udah makan setengah, gue potong lagi setengah. Jadi makan cuma buat minum obat aja. Urusan ya lumayan lah, gue turun 2 kilo lah ini COVID. Ya udah sehat belum? Udah sembuh ya belum? Kalau Indo venue-nya di GBK buset. Kalau misalkan di GBK mah, kalau orang-orang yang kayak nonton The Jack semua sih, gue percaya. Ini masanya nggak tahu peminat Valo di Indo tuh masih ada atau enggak, atau maksudnya kayak cuman lewat gitu. Lah, si Dava cepet banget positif ininya, negatifnya. Ya masih positif tuh, nggak tahu. Gue sebenarnya bingung deh. Kalau mau ngecek tuh berapa hari kira-kira ya guys ya. Soalnya kan gejala pertama gue kan minggu.
Plays a style of Valorant that is fast-paced, in your face. It's awesome to watch. Dare I say, like, these guys, they're madmen out there.
I think they have one of the most impressive
Lu sakit turun berapa kilo ya? 2 kilo. Kayaknya COVID sekarang lebih ringan ya. 3 hari demam bilang tinggal batuk sama pusing. Iya bener-bener. Mampat paling gak enak nih. Dev kalau iya positif iya. Selama COVID makanya sehari jadi berapa kali Yor? Jadi 2 kali tapi di dikit. 3 lah. Mau kurus cepet kagel lah BG. Oh, mau kurus jadi COVID.
And they have so many different interesting looks like this, so many little executes that you have to be ready for. If you're Optic coming up against this, it's a lot to prepare for. When is Jing going to be double satcheling into you with a haunt and a flash? Well, it's probably going to be every other round, honestly, because they have so many different looks. I mean, Jess, I know that you really wanted to talk about these.
Ya, Jason bakal wangi kan nih, nggak tahu bro. Apakah dia kemarin wangi karena COVID? Ataukah memang
and if he dies, it's traded almost simultaneously.
Yeah, I just don't know how this team managed. It feels like what it is that they just throw caution to the wind.
Kalau duit lu banyak tes sering-sering nggak apa-apa. Nggak, ini Indo kapan dah LAN-nya dah. By the way, franchise gimana nih guys? Gue denger ya Korea tuh bisa dapat 4 slot tuh guys. Kalau misalkan Korea dapat 4 slot, Jepang tuh udah pasti juga banyak ya. Terus Apak gimana urusannya bro? Apak gimana? Maksudnya gimana urusannya saya adik-adik? Indo bisa nggak dapet loh, anjing. Bukannya karantina 2 minggu ya kalau COVID. 10 hari isoman di rumah ya. Tapi bisa juga, ada juga kayak misalkan kayak nih COVID sekarang kan katanya 5 hari 6 hari bisa negatif gitu. Katanya sih gitu. Hari ini kuat streaming Yor? Of course tidak adik-adik. Kemana lu PCR di mana cuy belum mame? Enggak, di Cell Science CP.
Can they stop this one?
I think he's gonna come B. Splitting B, I think.
I'm clear.
You guys push him in? 40 seconds. Nice. Drop, you stand. Second floor.
Did you drop?
Second floor, guys. No, third floor, city. Race city.
Aaron, just hold.
City, they going split B, guys. Be careful. Yeah, go. City to me.
Side is up. Don't pick. Side, I'm gonna flash him. On the default. That side. I'm plant for city. I'm plant city. Not for city, boys. I'm plant for city. Play with him. Bomb sun.
Let's go, guys. Go together.
Go.
I know Mawala. They all in city at the capi together. Yep. 1, 2, 3. I'm staying city, guys.
Anjing Jason suaranya.
Okay, wall.
Walling.
Molly me.
Nice.
Wait, I can go.
Canteen
On on the right. You have a molly, Aaron.
I'm on him. Still on right. Can you tap? Yeah. Not there. Not there.
Yeah,
One half it. Half it. Can defuse satu guy. Okay, go. You don't know. Nice. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Anjay, seru juga nonton mereka punya
Well, I
cons.
guess in that case it kind of was for
Gokil.
nice there to say nice. That's good.
Indo dapat 2
Alright,
minimal
well,
nih.
let's go
Lu
ahead
tau
and
dari
move on
mana,
to
Mat
Optic
Panja?
Gaming, our defending champs from Reykjavik. They
You
had
have your number
bad
1 fan
day
in
one,
your room.
but that only seems to have awakened the beast within. Since that loss, they have won 4 straight matches.
Udah sehat, Yor?
taking
Belum.
down Loud,
Kok bisa 4
Crew,
Yor, sedangkan slot
Exit,
kemasan mereka ya
DRX,
1.
and have made
Nggak tahu, bro.
Jesco a
Gua
believer of the green wall.
I converted. You
Ada
saw me
yang-
on, a few days in. I was like, after that trip and stumble, they got up and they ran faster than I've seen anyone ever recollect themselves. This is a team that is primed and ready for that 2-time spot that champion to stand on the stage. And this man on your screen is
El
going to help
Diablo.
get them there.
Absolutely. This guy has just gone from strength to strength. Early on, we mentioned it. Look at the statistics here on the left side, the groups, and look at the uptick in his performance when he's headed into the playoffs. This guy is a
Gue tuh
menace
dapat
to
info dari
society.
mana ya?
I mean, how would you do this
Bentar
against
ya.
better teams,
Wait.
arguably? When you get into the playoffs, you're playing against harder
Jadi
opponents.
ada yang
and his numbers are
namanya
only
Kyoto
increasing. I feel
CLR.
like, again, there's so much pressure on this guy that he places on himself
CLR.
that we do talk about him a lot. And if he doesn't light the world on fire, it's an underperformance for him and for
Gue
everybody else
dikasih tau
watching.
masih
But I
Paco
just
tadi
really want to
pagi.
highlight how good this guy has been
Kyoto.
as we've been progressing later in the tournament. And honestly, keeps his form up. They are
Jadi
looking
si
like, once
ini
again, world
dia
beaters.
tuh
Yeah,
nge-tweet.
if he keeps playing like this, and it's also unfair too, because if he keeps playing like this, he's gonna, as Brent
Mana
said,
ya?
light the world on fire. But on top of that too, though, right, he's got a great supporting staff in him as well. Dare I say, Marv is probably just in the contention for one of the best players in the game right now because of his consistency.
I'm glad you're saying that because I'm right on that
Mana
particular
ya?
train as well. I said I think he is the most consistent player in the world. I'll always stand by that. And look how close
Nih.
these stats are. This man is a
The news
controller
is
player.
out.
We're not
Direct
talking
has
about
moved
him being a
into
duo
the
with
final
Lei
phase
as
of
two sort
franchising for
duelists,
Korea.
but
They are
he
in the
is
running for
one
one of
the
3
biggest
or
and
4
brightest support players we have in Valorant right
possible.
now.
Jadi
He'll
bisa
step on
3,
the
bisa
stage and he'll
4.
show you what that's all about.
Nah,
It
terus
is
dia
a
nge-tweet
bad
lagi
performance. He's able
tadi.
to put up those numbers. I love
Nih,
you mentioned as well that he's playing
some
so
more
much
info
better
regarding the
than
Apex
yet still
League
just
slot
absolutely
allocation.
dominates.
Korea and
There's so many
Japan
iconic moments with
will
him and
each
Gabe
have
as a
2
dynamic
or
duo.
4
You don't
or
think of them as a duo.
representing the
They're left
region
in that
more
scenario
likely
where
to
they're
be
putting
around
the
3
pieces of the rest
each.
of their team, and
Tuh
they're
bayangin
always
kalau
coming with the
misalkan
goods.
3 sama
So
3, 6
consistent, so
up,
clutch.
saya cuma
And
dapat
honestly,
4.
the
Belum
guy's had
si
an uptick in
Oce.
performance all tournament long. The guy's a true lad.
Jadi mining slots
You
will be
genuinely
for
put an
C
for a better
with South
matchup to open up the
Asia.
game here in
Tuh, belum South
Copenhagen.
Asia
Two
juga.
phenomenal squads. Now look,
Ini sih-
following Optic's win over DRX, the lovely Brennan Sideshow actually sat down with Marv and Victor for a chat about Optic's performance
Kemungkinan
and
buat
Masters
dapat
so
di Indo
far,
tuh
and
rada
their
sulit
feelings
sih.
about playing in front of you
Rada
wonderful
sulit
people, this
kayak,
fine
kecuali
audience.
emang
Let's go ahead and
bener-bener
take a look.
organisasinya menggila kayaknya.
What's up? Brennan and I are sat here with the defending champs, the winners of Reykjavik, fresh off another win against DRX here as well. And you've now solidified your place, Marv, Victor, to the point where you're
Halo,
going to be
Paul
playing
Mike.
for the first time
Gokil.
with the crowd. Now,
Sapa
unfamiliar
aku bang,
actually
aku
as to whether or not
fansmu.
you've had the
Halo bang
opportunity in the
aku.
past with
Tapi
prior
sekali gue
careers. Have you
cium
ever
tai
played in front of a
sapi.
crowd like this before?
I played in front of
Alah,
a
lu
lot
ngomong
smaller
doang
crowd.
lu.
It was for
Kalau
Dream
kayak
Hack
gitu-gitu
Rio
tuh
and
ngomong
CS.
doang.
Right, right.
Cok.
Yeah, so there's a lot smaller crowd than this.
Did you find it changed?
Kebanyakan
anything?
ngomong
Did you-
doang.
You were playing
Yeah, you definitely
differently?
feel the energy. It depends on the headsets and like if you can hear the
Source-nya
crowd or not,
Atlas
and, like,
nih,
how
bro.
loud they are. But if they get loud and you wearing
Franchise maksudnya apa ya? Franchise tuh kayak kayak liga gitu.
Yeah. Are you
Jadi
looking forward to it, Marv?
Jadi nanti tahun depan kemungkinan suara masih bintang. Iya nih kan Niki, lumayan lah ini gara-gara batuk ya.
Did you pop off?
Jadi
in
tuh
the high school
sistemnya
basketball?
kayak gini tahun depan nih. Jadi
so much.
dia bakal ada
You were built
kita
for Valorant,
sebutnya
not basketball.
kita sebutnya Liga 1 lah misalkan ya Liga 1. Jadi liga yang paling tingginya lah di APAC. Nah itu tuh franchise gitu. Misalkan satu liga itu isinya 10 tim. Nah, timnya itu nanti dipilih sama rakyatnya tuh tim yang mana aja gitu loh. Nanti udah ada ketentuannya gaji player segini, segala macam dapat duit juga dari rakyatnya. Nah, sistemnya itu bukan kayak kalau kita lihat di ML Indo kan kita ngebayar slot kan. Itu sampai berapa 15 M ya. Ini enggak, ini gratis tapi kita malah dikasih duit sama si Riot-nya. Jadi itu di kontrak tuh berapa ya? 2 atau 3 tahun ya? 2 tahun kayak turnamen itu berjalan 2 tahun. Nah, itu sistemnya. Kalau nggak dapat franchising di Indo, scene-nya mati nggak? Nggak tahu. Karena gua rasa kayaknya Riot gak mungkin cuman kayak gue udah amat yang penting dapat franchise. Maksudnya cuma yang penting gue jalanin franchise. Terus tim-tim yang lain atau orang-orang yang lain tuh juga nggak tahu tuh itu apa main tuh buat apa gitu. Gue rasa bakal ada VCT kayak gini sih, tapi yang emang mungkin nggak hype-nya nggak segila franchise ya, karena gue yakin tim yang dapat franchise itu pasti mereka juga mau dapetin orang-orang yang benar-benar kompeten gitu. Mungkin ini bakal jadi nanti kan bakal ada kayak transfer list-nya, ada musim transfer, bursa apa sih? Bursa transfer ya. Bingung gue jelasin tuh guys.
And then when he comes to fist bump me, he just punched me so hard. Like, John, please don't punch me, man.
That's how you know.
And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Vex. I'm so sorry, Vex. Locked into the game.
Jadi kemungkinan besar pasti bakal ada perubahan tahun depan tuh kalau misalkan ada sistem franchise tuh perubahannya gede banget sih. Menurut gue ya, kayak misalkan contoh Sentinel, misalkan ya contohnya Sentinel nggak dapet nih franchise. Oh, orang-orang mau beli Tens nih, oh dari tim sini mau beli Tens, si Tens si Galmili mau yang mana, atau misalkan di Sea gitu. Namanya udah mendingan belum lumayan. Jadinya kalian jadi pasti tahun depan pasti udah berubah ya. Oh, si Tens pindah ke sini atau si Strot apa-apa segala macam.
What is it like for you guys in terms of your preparation? I know you focus on one game at a time.
Suppliknya pasti ada kalau misalnya franchise berkaca dari LoL ya. Iya. Ini kayak jatuhnya ntar kayak LoL. Nah ya udah. Yang bakal bertahan ya itu aja. Ntar yang nggak ada yang
he makes sure we stay on top of things and we don't kind of fall behind. He kind of knows when people are gonna anti-strat us.
Lu bilang gak suka cowok bad boy, tapi dia kan memek lu langsung enjoy. Kontol, lu tau kontol anjing, ngentut, memek lu lebar bangsa. Orang tak kenapa lu pilih Irfan kontol, padahal biji gak kapalan, biji gak kapalan bangsa. Dia ajak kamu jalan, lu gak mau buat traktir ke Jeko.
Thank you loh. Anjing dah. Udah lama loh.
This is a team that has had a lot of pressure on them up until this point, but it seems like, you know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, but not these guys. They are always there. They're there to deal
Cuma ini
with the hard
suppliknya
moments.
antara Regin atau supplik kapak itu yang dibedain sih teman yang Jonas Riot belum dapat bocoran juga. Nggak ngerti lah ini tahun depan gimana, aneh. Ya semoga aja Indo dapat lah. Gila kalau misalkan Indo dapat support timnya siapa aja ya. Masalahnya lawannya nggak cuman sesama Indo gitu. Lawannya ada Thailand, ada Filipina, ada Malaysia, Singapura, ada Indo. Ya lu bayangin aja.
Commercial break. Vote for me. Sure, why not? We're going to have more from Copenhagen right after this. Don't go anywhere and let everyone know on Twitter how good I look. Thank you so much, guys.
Lawannya nggak cuman itu, nggak cuman apa? Lawannya nggak cuma. Dan menurut gue persaingan di sana nanti ya guys ya, nanti ya. Itu udah bukan lagi kayak misalkan contoh ya, lu misalkan si ini temenan sama ini, siapa lah contoh. Menurut gue bakal ada pertukaran player yang gila-gilaan sih. Jadi kayak udah nggak mandang temen, gue rasa dari pihak ini ya, gue rasanya gitu sih. Tapi emang harus profesional sih sebenarnya. Kalau ada sistem franchise, karena lu udah dapet franchise itu nggak boleh kayak cuman main-main sih. Iya sih. Ya lu Covid berarti tim gak latihan. Iya lagi nggak latihan nih. Soalnya yang Covid gua Agil sama Kaco. Jelas yang di timnya ada Ion nanti lolos. Kalau Bray Riot enaknya Amerika banget, alias banyak entertainnya. Kalau yang dapat franchise pasti ngambil pemain top semua nggak sih? Bisa jadi, pasti lah, nggak mungkin nggak sih. Menurut gua udah pasti kayak nggak bisa lagi. Ya nggak tahu sih, nggak bisa lagi kayak. Tapi nggak ngerti lah. Lihat nanti lah gimana lah, gua nggak ngerti. Pasti ada campur-campurannya sih. Kalau lu mau juara emang harus kayak gitu sih.
Genuinely curious and people have spoken.
It's not just paper girl, it's not just paper boy, it's paper audience, it's paper viewers.
The paper people.
That's what I'm saying.
Gila.
Thoughts on that?
50% loh guys.
Understandable. They're an incredibly fun team to watch. These guys are on fire right now. I mean, how
Gimana ya, udah enakan badan
You know what's
lumayan.
funny? I didn't even
Yakin
look at
mau
the rest of
nonton
the poll,
bola
so
lagi
fixated
ya.
on Paper X.
That's it. It is what it is, baby.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do it. That does it for our pre-show. I'm going to hand things over to Yinsu to get the day started, but it's our final four. And today,
Kalau udah dapet franchise bisa hilang nggak tuh? Apa nggak tahu bro. Setahu gua tuh dia 2 tahun ya. 2 tahun lu ke Korea setahu gua guys. Setahu gua ya. Sementara Famos ke BME penggantinya gue kira ya guys ya, gue kira kalian tuh bakal gue stream, gue mikirnya oh kalian bakal nanya tentang Famos. Sementara Famos ke BME penggantinya siapa ya? Tense.
The green wall's only getting bigger.
A battle between the two best teams of EMEA would be a huge fight.
This team just has a date with destiny.
The true idols have arrived.
50% Jing, Chok, PPRX gokil. Tapi emang PPRX ini menjanjikan banget sih. Anjir, Alan Walker ya? Hah? Atau Boster? Anjir. Dilihat si Boster kalau pakai hoodie kayak Alan Walker ya? Alan.
Like déjà vu, to be honest, but we're ready for round 5. We played against them already 4 times. Because it's LAN, it's not online, it's gonna be other game, especially again on front of crowd. Teams shouldn't be afraid. That's a dream for me, to play in front of that crowd. So I'm going to embrace it, I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can.
What a bracket this is going to be.
Every time we met each other again with FPX, they brought something new, they brought some new ideas, and we were able to adapt on the fly. So if we can keep doing
Yer, apa kabar?
we will win.
Lumayan lah.
Fnatic are gonna be like top 1 team, it's surely. Masters 2 is the time for Fnatic.
Prediksi buat match sekarang apa ya? Ini match bakal 2-1, tapi gue nggak tahu siapa yang menang. Feeling gue 2-1 ya. Cuman kita dukung aja PPRX ya.
Every single team has something that you can prepare it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find holes in that. Forsaken and Jing.
Pengen lihat walkoutnya Benkai nih gimana ntar. Yor, gedein dikit dong Twitch-nya.
Championship, so yes, I think Ye and Victor have a chance to stop it. We're just very good at understanding that the game isn't over till the series is over. Nah, we're never ever gonna be in that mindset of already seeing us lift the trophy. So it's just one game at a time. We gotta keep winning. That's the only other option. There is no other option. It's just
kalungnya optik keren banget ya, guys.
That's really it. If my walkouts doesn't make you laugh, I'm gonna show you how to have fun in game. We are the chaos.
I heard someone was looking for a paper girl.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
I think I've got a little minority on the side of the desk here. That's okay.
Gue penasaran nih, ini kan udah ada.
Yeah, we're paper pals. We're paper pals on the desk. And I gotta say though, Benkai there, if his
Gue penasaran nih gimana ya
what they gonna do on the server is, I feel like that sums up that entire team.
gitu.
It's one super serious team against a really fun,
Mami udah
playful
sehat
team.
belum?
It's just two
Lumayan lah.
styles, both in personality and just gameplay as
Nih
well.
gue, jujur gue baru pertama kali nonton
these guys, they
Optic
bring
loh
the
ini
chaos
gue.
every single time.
Pas
I am
party
so
anjir.
stoked to get this
Di
match
saya kan
started.
dia kan
Honestly,
selalu
these
match
games are
kedua kan,
they're gonna
match
be absolutely
ketiga.
fire.
Yeah, you guys just saw an absolute banger of an opening tease today.
Biar
We
main
always
otak gue
deliver
ke
with the hype,
kiri
but
kanan boleh nggak
we
sih
have
biar
something
ke
pretty
kanan kiri
special
gitu.
for you as well.
Motor
That is
mana
going to
udah nggak
send
ada
our
tempat lagi,
hype
bro.
off the charts. It's time to reveal the championship stage here at Masters Copenhagen. Copenhagen even.
Udah
Here we
sehat
go.
ya belum? Rame kah? Asik. Taruh di bawah valo masa atau di atas tengah, mana ribet. Ntar disuruh pindah-pindah lagi, soalnya ada kill feed di sana. Males. Ini kayak turnamen apa ya? Ini gue ngerasa kayak turnamen kayak gini, kayak turnamen majornya Cloud9 lawan Faze dah. Waktu di bos di Ilik ya, Ilik major ya, di Boston ya. Fnatic. Oh, dan mereka sebutnya Fnatic. FPS. Anjing keren juga ya productionnya, cok, gokil. Gila pada dukung PRX semua coy. Padahal di Eropa ya.
We have some paper pals in the venue today. Let's go.
Anjing pada
How
dukung
nice is
PRX
that
semua,
stage, though?
gokil.
It's unreal,
Wow.
honestly. They do such a good job every single time. I was getting chills, man, when it was lead it in. I mean, I was watching them set it up partially as well, so I got to kind of spoil it for me a little bit. But even still, like, seeing it all come together now as well, it just makes it
Kalau
all
ada
the more real
crowd
to watch
gini
it.
bisa
The
ngakalin
finale
awareness
of
gak
this
sih? Pas
tournament,
berarti
the
harus
final
rame,
4
harus
teams.
cek.
I can't even believe it. I mean, the way the shockwaves with the bass and everything hit, I had
Cepetnya
huge
lama
goosebumps
banget.
everywhere. So I'm
Gue
gonna need to just
Dr.
chill out a
Strange
little bit
anjing.
as we settle into
Kalau
this
misalkan
match.
gue
Because I
Dr.
tell you
Strange,
what,
gue
there was a lot
udah,
of
gue
screaming
balik
when
ke
a
sini,
certain
gue kasih tahu
team
guys yang
came up
menang ini.
on the screen there.
Oke.
So yeah, I think we have a lot to talk
Guys,
about.
ntar
I
yang
might
menang
have swung
champion
the
ini ya guys
bias a
ya.
little bit.
Yang menang
With
sampai
the
champion
PRX
gue bisa
logo
tahu
came
ya
up.
kalau gue
But
Dr.
who also
Strange
would have
babi.
known that these four
Mana gue
teams
bisa
were
lah
the ones
cepetin
that make it
anjing.
this far as well.
Yeah, it's quite unexpected, isn't it?
Tolonglah
To a degree.
adik-adik
I mean, there's been
jangan
but the thing is,
permintaannya
every
kayak
time
gitu
we
lah.
get
Ini
to a
udah
global
super
stage
live
as well,
ini.
every time it feels like each iteration off of the next, it gets more and more competitive every single time. We've kind of like tossed away the term minor
Duit
regions
habis
because
buat
I feel like
produksi
at this
doang.
point,
Nah,
yes,
itu
you have
kan yang
one
buat
team
orang
regions,
tertarik.
but
Itu
honestly,
makanya lu
those one
lihat
teams,
kalau
they can bring
LOL
it to the
gimana
top
Riot
of
selalu
any other
bikin
region at any given time.
Of course,
opening
Optic, they are the
nya tuh
defending
gila
champions
sampai
here. And
apa
let's
segala
hone in a
macam.
little bit on the map
Itu
select for
karena
this matchup and see
tertarik.
which 3 maps we're going to be going to. Both of these teams, it's going to be a lot of fun for us to watch here today. But
Kapan
of
ya
course, you
tim
guys
Indo
have
di
mentioned
sana?
already
Nggak
the
tahu
chaos.
gue.
PaperX, they thrive in it. My question to you is, do Optic
Sinen
dare
nggak sekuat
to
kayak di
leave
CS:GO
wide
ya?
open? Do they
We
dare?
discussed this a little bit. Brent and I sat here and I said, you know what? If they have stuck by Icebox after that little trip and stumble, I think they'll continue to. I think there's something they
Dan
really didn't
ternyata
like.
lu salah
And there
tebak
you go.
karena
Optic will
masukin
commit to getting rid of Icebox.
universe
I
yang
don't know
berbeda.
why.
That is
Because
so
back in the
brave.
day, I
Wah,
loved
amat.
their Icebox. But they
Udah
think
sehat, Yor.
they can rival PaperX on bind. And that is
lumayan lah.
almost certainly going to be a pick.
It is so brave of them to do this. I mean, and very Optic, I think, as well. It's
Europe
really just
pasti
play
itu
into them as a
enak,
team that
bro.
they will just leave it
Masalahnya
open
tadi
now. They're going to
crowdnya
select Haven as
tuh
the
pas
first
ngomongin
one.
FPX
I
sama
think this is quite
Fnatic tuh nggak
understandable. PaperX, in terms of what they play on
sekeras
this
kayak
map, most of the time they end up
FPX.
running like a
Iya.
Jet Rainer composition, but they do
Dia
have a
udah
comp that they
negatif
pull
kan,
out
nggak tahu,
against
belum
Neon
ngecek.
comps like what Optic like to play.
Yeah.
So when we get into the agent select,
Bah, aku
I'm going to
kena
be
iklan
incredibly
Shopee.
curious as to
Yor,
whether or
ini
not we're
best
going
of
to see
3 atau
PaperX
best of
running
5?
that more
Best of 3 harusnya.
specialized composition that they're
Sumpah
running.
ini
But I'm assuming
gue ngerasa kayak
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I will
Ah,
put,
iya
I will put
iya
all
sama
of my
sih.
life
Kalau di
savings
CS
on
enggak
that
sih,
PaperX.
nggak ada yang-
That you can't leave bind open for them and then not to pick it. Remember, Benkai even said Fnatic are the only team brave brave enough in this tournament to leave Bind open. Optic, they've just done it, Jess. It wouldn't make... Yeah, here we go. It would make sense for them to go there.
You know what? If you want to be the best team in the world, you have to beat some of the best teams on their best maps. I truly believe that. No matter the maps, no matter the pool, you have to be the one that comes out the better team on the day. And that is a statement from Optic coming into this map, Vito.
Truly is. I mean, I think right now as well, from what I've seen of Paper X, they are currently the best buying team in the world.
Yeah.
But I had it in contention with them and Fnatic.
Aku baru check out di Tokopedia,
from what I've
mantap
seen
dia
recently,
free.
Fnatic, I think I have to hand it to Paper X. They just play such a
Bayo,
variety of
kira-kira
styles,
kapan
even
Split
with that
balik
one
lagi di
composition
kom?
they play. It's not a one-trick pony like it is when, for example, FPX played a Euro Breeze. It's not one-dimensional in that capacity. They have so much they throw at it.
Ada salah
That
satu
second round
map
of bans come
lagi
through.
yang di offin, baru ntar split lagi.
We have to Fracture. You got to think about a map that's a nice middle ground for both of these teams. If I had to
Ini
put money
menurut
on it,
gua,
Fracture
guys,
would be it. I
menurut
like
kalian
what I
nih,
see from both of
pribadi
them.
ya,
And in fact,
setelah
some of the
kalian main
impressiveness I've seen from
kompe, main
Optic on the
apa
map as
di
well, especially when we're
Mapol
talking
yang
about
baru ya.
Neon and the likes. That's something I want to see come
Menurut
back.
kalian
Should we
side
get to
B-nya
the third
perlu
map?
di
If
rework nggak sih?
Fracture happens to be it,
Ya,
and
terus
Breeze
susah
coming out of the
masuknya,
pool,
anjing.
that solidifies it.
Yeah, it's going to be our third final map.
Kayak post plan-nya tuh.
I think this is an interesting one for Optic as well because they've been given a bit of an option of what they wanted to play and what they lean towards. And Fracture has been a shaky map as of recently over the course of this tournament. Now, historically, it's been one of their best maps, but recently, I mean, I'm going off the recency bias all the way because it's the only thing I can really go off of. And it has been a bit shaky, so how are they going to be adjusting and how are they going to be keeping up, I think, with Paper X is going to be interesting if it gets to that point in this match.
I mean, we talk about pick your poison. In the past, when the team go up against Paper X, we're like, we're going to see either Bind or Fracture. You cannot let them have both. But Optic, Jess, they are going to let them have both.
I have said this only once in this tournament thus far, but if you take a risk of this level and you win that matchup, you have deserved to win through and through. So if Optic do come out the victors of this particular matchup, they have done everything and more that is necessity to get to the finals, and I think that that is a statement in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean,
Ini
I
kan
think
si
honestly,
Victor mainnya juga alay-alay
the thing is,
juga,
Optic is so good when it comes to
Cepat
rematches against
sembuh,
the
Bang
opponents
Yel. Thank you,
that they
Jeff.
might just want to go for the lower bracket anyway. They have a ridiculous record when it comes to rematching teams, and I mean, it feels like the band team effectively just seem to level up. But this match right here is going to be two teams that have done tremendous amounts of prep work for each other. They're going to be ready for each other, I hope as well, because the maps that we're seeing. If it's going to be Optic thinking that they can counteract that second map of Bind and the Eurocomps that might get played, we're going to have a really intriguing series on our hands.
They're a defending champion for a reason, Brent. We're going to take a quick break here, but when we return, we're going to be bringing out Paper X and Optic to the stage. Stick with us.
Kalau dari segi aim, Paper X lawan Optic rasa mana? Harusnya Paper X. Tapi Yay kayak gak guys. Dia punya headshot mesin. Headshotnya itu loh. Yay ya. Hampir setara sama ini loh. Si Yay itu. Aduh. Siapa cheater? Arif. Itu segitu. Ini ya. Adik gue udah sekolah apa sih? Gue gak sekolah ya. Udah selesai mos gak? Is this a trap by Optic? I don't know, man. Paper X playbook anjing lucu banget tadi. Lo nggak sekolah ya? Buset. Halo sekolah apa masuk PJJ lagi kok? PJJ apaan? Yeay, kok bisa gitu sih Jon? Aimnya ambil gimana? Nggak tahu. Yang gue tahu dia latihan itu nggak sih latihan aim lab yang dia titiknya kecil banget. Latihannya tuh dia gitu anjir.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the moment you have all been waiting for. It's time to bring out Paper X and Optic and give them a warm welcome to the Copenhagen stage.
Wow, wow. Anjing, keren banget.
Crashes.
Gila, udah kayak ini anjir.
Jim.
Jason kocak. Gak boleh keras-keras di gua anjing.
Victor. Forsaken.
Kayak bocil anjing lu Jadon.
Finesse.
Kayak bocil anjing. Udah kayak gini lututnya pakai ikut lagi. Aku maunya ini.
Mind free.
Asik. Pakai ngikut lagi lututnya. Asli ini sepatu baru nih.
Marv. Benkai. Chet. Alex.
Anjing Benkai dah. Ada dinosaurus anjing dah. Taik. Niat banget anjing dinosaurus.
Well, this is the defending champions versus the challengers. Both of them, they proved themselves already here in Copenhagen. But the question is, can they do this in front of that crowd?
Yes, the crowd is such a factor that we haven't been taking into account as much now. I think they're on the side of Benkai now. This guy is just... I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time. He's always been coming out with the funny walkouts.
The big thing as well is that these players just set history. They're the first players to ever walk out in front of a crowd in Valorant Esports Masters history, and that is something they can walk away with pride regardless of the outcome of this match. I'm excited for them, but there's two completely different stories to tell here, as you said, Yinsu. It's the defending champions, it's one who want to take that throne, and I'm excited to see who comes out on top.
I will say that a lot of people were confused as to why Benkai wore a T-Rex onesie last time. I just want to clarify. Paper Rex.
Oh, right. They got like T-Rex fossils. They got fossils on the jersey.
Nearly
like
as
the pattern of it.
Yeah, nearly as old as Golden Boy, I think. Fossils up there. He's just catching strays. But Jess, you said that you posed a great question here. Paper X, they are the challengers. Optic, they've done this before. All of these players have played in front of a crowd before. They have experience. You know, FNS, he's not going to be fazed by any of that noise of the fans on Paper X. So the question is, can Paper X really kind of compete up to all of that experience?
I think Benkai made a statement once that, you know, they operate
Ini
under
dia
a lot of
pakai pulsar
momentum,
nih,
and when
si
things start to
Benkai.
pull away from them, they
Pakai
panic
pulsar
a little
dia.
bit, and they love having fun. So I hope they continue that fun
Pulsar
having,
bukan
because
sih
that's
itu?
what's really giving
Kayak
the
mirip
momentum
dah.
to them on a lot of the rounds. That'll be the key thing here. If Optic takes an early start, that's where we will see the formidable and the mental strategicness that comes out of Paper X.
Absolutely, and I think for Paper X as well, this is the furthest the team has really ever made it.
Yeah.
In this upper bracket, they've made it so far now, and it's not an elimination game.
Ini si
Important
Jing
to
nggak ada
remind
di
people of
stage
that.
ya.
It's the
Iya.
upper finals. So much on the line, don't get me wrong. If you make it all the way, you win this one, you go into the finals, which is a big deal. You get extra bans. I mean, in terms of the boons that you're blessed with when you head into that, it is an enormous factor to consider. But these
Gila,
guys,
ini
I think
meja
they
gede
can
banget,
perform
pakai apa
without that
ini
pressure on their
mejanya?
shoulders. They've been
Pen
so
juga.
far in this tournament while still
Ini sih
playing
meja
a
sih
stellar
udah
game
kayak
and a
meja
leveled up
ini,
game
anjir,
as well over the
meja.
course of it.
But also, Jing's not here. Jing did not get to do the crowd walk. He's going to be playing from the hotel. And at this point, Brent, he is their star player. Do you think that's going to affect the team at all?
There's a possibility, but honestly, I thought it might have affected them prior to it. A lot of these guys were playing from the hotel prior.
Gila, ini production-nya berapa
They were
duit
still
ya
playing
guys ya?
even with two of
Kayak
them on the
siapin
stage.
LCD-nya.
So I think moving forwards, these guys, they're ready for
Gila
this.
loh.
They're ready for
Ini
this
sih.
challenge that's approaching them right now.
Ini
which
bawah
is
ini
Yeah.
bisa
gaming,
ada
the
begini nih
defending
LCD
champion.
juga
We're
nggak sih?
into the Prime Gaming Agent Select here, and it
Enggak
looks
ya?
like Paper X have opted to run the Astra
berapa-
Raze Fate
berapa-
Comp, which they've done before, and
berapa
they've
duit
gone
ini?
with
Gila.
the Jet Rainer.
Yeah, this is something that Brenna's already pointed out, and I rightfully agree with him. If you're going up against the Neon, that is the tip of the spear. How do you blow up the tip of the spear? You gotta slow that baby down.
Absolutely. This comp is very good at
Kok
slowing
kayaknya
down
lu
the kind of
kurusan
Neon
banget ya.
composition
Emang
with
lu
Optic
kurusan
like
banget ya
delay.
guys
It's
ya.
one of the other comps that
Sekelihatan
Paper X said,
itu
like
kok
you guys
kurusan banget
mentioned.
enggak
Like they sometimes pull out the Reyna and the Jet, but they usually do that against teams that are trying to match them with Jet-based compositions. This time it's all about trying to slow
1
down
juta
this composition that
RP
Optic
muka
have
lu
around
1
time
juta
and
RP
time
nih
again.
beli
I also want
kabel
everyone to keep an eye on the
buat
controllers
menutup
because we
semuanya
have
juga belum
Mouth versus Mind
nggak ke
Free
cover
here.
anjing.
2 big ends of the tournament.
I love M&Ms personally. I know you guys see me, I'm pumping the M&Ms, but that's an M&M I can definitely sink my teeth into.
Iya,
Marv,
kalau jadi
Mind
nggak
Freak. I
ganteng.
said Marv is one of the best
Kalu.
players in the world, but Mind Freak, when it comes to controller
Udah
players,
sehat ya, belum?
she's on the podium.
I mean, I can't
Iya.
disagree with that. These guys are so talented on either side. It's going to be interesting to see how Optic are going to be performing as well when they are being, I'm not going to say directly counter-comped, because I've got questions about how Paper X are going to be performing with this composition that they don't run as often on Haven.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be underprepared, but in terms of just the official experience, they played a Jet Reyna a lot more than they do this specific composition that they are playing, and there's poor Jing, you know. He's going to be playing from the hotel room, but like I said
He's
previously...
gonna drop 30.
He might, honestly, he might.
He might like the
genuinely
quietness of it. He'd be like, you know, I love this. I can just sit here, I can just boom back in, I do all of my things I need to. But to quell your sort of fears here, Bren, the 3 times that they have run this composition, they've won every single time. I know it's regionally, I know they are the kings of their region, but maybe the Paper X fans can feel a little bit more rest assured
rasa
that
pengen
there
main
has
tuh
been success
anjing
with
dah,
this
sumpah.
composition.
I think the important thing here is
Pengen
if
main
you
di
look at the
stage
rest
kayak
of the
gini
maps
rasanya
we're going
anjing,
to,
sumpah dah.
Brand Optic, they have to win here. They have to.
They have to.
I would say I would completely agree with that. I think if you go into bind as well, Paper X should be favored there. And now I don't know what that notebook's saying. I mean, that guy's just revealing his notes. I think Alex is just absolutely posturing.
Jing, go
Just
kill.
revealing his
Yes,
notes.
they can
it
go
must have
kill.
been. I mean, these guys, they have so much whimsy about them. I love watching this team, but his Haven map is going to be, I think, a big indicator of which direction the series is going to go overall.
Well, the players are in the server, and it's time to throw this over to your casters for today. Give a warm welcome to Doug and Bola.
Thank you so much, Insu, for the first time in BCT International history. Copenhagen, you look beautiful tonight. Bola, we've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
780 days since the game has been released, and this is what we all were waiting for, a crowd match.
Oh, let's go nih guys. Gokil, langsung mulai dah, gak pakai lama, nggak usah banyak bacot,
Every single one of those days
let's
counted.
go,
Paper X
langsung
starting
ras.
off on the attack. We've talked about their pace, we talk about their tempo, but look at that ball, it's actually Optic who's taking space initially.
Very fast up Elan, but still the same thing for Paper
Lah!
X. It's a shot from Ye. Almost gets to it, he does.
First blood, second blood going in favor of the North American World Champions, but Paper X able to counter back, numbers in favor of the green wall spike. Sitting down too long as Jing tries to reposition, tries to take the space and get the spike back down.
You heard Benkai say we are chaos, and
Wah,
these are the types of
gila.
moments they really
Si
like.
Ye
where
masih
they
bisa
can
dapat
work
satu
the
lagi
map,
nggak tuh tadi,
spread deep,
bangke
but
dah.
right now it's a tall task.
The thing is, you have 2 options against Chaos. You can try to weather or you can fight Chaos with Chaos, and that's exactly what Optic is doing. Victor already gets another. Jing is left to Roan, and he's not going to be around for long. Optic get the first round.
Nah ini nih gue
Paper X has been
caster yang
phenomenal.
kayak ada
Big
feedbacknya
pistol
guys.
rounds this tournament so far.
Kayak
They've
suara
won
feedbacknya,
7
gue
of 8.
menunggu caster yang begini artinya.
Take those stats any day of the week.
Yeah,
Rame.
Optic immediately clapping back at that. And they've been working on these pistol rounds. They've been working
kayak
on the rounds that they've been struggling with.
kayak gini
The knockdown
anjir.
rounds, and this tournament's definitely been a change. And that's what you need if you want to be repeat champs.
History on the line here for both teams as Optic tries to be the first team ever to lift back-to-back trophies, but they have to get past the chaos personified that is Paper X. No force here for them. It seems like they're going light.
Loh, si Jing lo kayak apa?
Attempt there. And Ye's got the judge locking down Garage.
DC ya?
Great shot out from
lu
Forsaken.
mbak dah, mamam lu. Fuck, nih kena
He's gonna
juga.
get a shot in a second and he delivers.
Ayo, satu lagi, satu lagi yuk, satu
This is
lagi.
crazy,
Ayo
but look
sondet
at the corner.
kanan.
Vanessa's still here, and they're not able to trade him off with the smoke from Marv as well. He could get out of the sight and maybe make this manageable.
Yay, actually make it a really good timing here as he's crept into window. They're walking right into
Ya
him. He gets 2
Allah,
with the judge.
nice.
Not
Nice,
able to get the third,
apa,
but
dua-dua
Benkai
bisa
weak.
ini.
And they
Bisa,
flip this
bisa,
around,
bisa,
but the
yuk.
guns now. If Benkai can get in a great position, he's still got the wall as well. It's only Spectres on the other side. Jing!
Aduh, Jing.
A little too much space taken.
Benkai gets the wall up, gets the spike down, and now with that same judge, it caused problems before. Try taking some space. Varv extinguishes it. He's gonna get the defuse. It was dicey, but Optic get the second
lagi
ball.
gerakannya si Ye.
That was more than dicey, Doug. Those first two shots from Forsaken were so crispy. But thankfully, Finesse and Marv, they clean it up. And we do get a conversion on the anti-eco.
Dia udah tahu, dia udah pasti.
In the past, it hasn't been great for Optic. This tournament, it has been better, like I just said.
Gila Jason sih. Boleh-boleh sih.
Talk about the comps for a second
Mantap
as well.
nih Jason
Des
nih.
was talking about this was maybe a counter pick, and I would tend to agree because PaperX typically they run the Reyna,
Jason
they
nih
run the
guys.
double
Wah,
duelist essentially on this
ini
map.
baru-baru
We saw
mulai
that
nih
at
udah kayak
Masters
gini.
Reykjavik. But whenever they go up against Neon Comp, they actually run a Sage. They slow it down.
Jing trying to go fast. I'm pretty sure he hit his head on the wall there at the very top.
Still got the jump though.
Itu dia pakai double satchel ya guys ya.
He just wants to get
Gila.
all the way in that position to force them off the
Sayang
wall.
juga.
Force any trap plays off as well, and that Boombot does just that.
Lah!
Yay with another great shot.
Oh, he's got the tour de force.
He's in trouble. He's got the tour de force, and you're right. It's up close and personal. He's able to land it first. The second just around the corner. No challenge coming through yet. As Divide backs up, slows the round down. Spike still sitting on
Man,
A
what the
bomb.
fuck man? Ini map picknya Optic.
And both Forsaken and Jing gone.
Mind Freak is taking so much space across the middle of the map.
Nah, nice Ron. Ini dia nih. Gak ada yang ketawa nih.
Super clutch.
Dah,
And that's
kocak.
exactly why he finds the gaps and still going to abuse it. They're not necessarily committing off of this Divide and Mind Freak.
Gila sepi banget ya rasanya ya, kayak kurang sesuatu ya crowdnya ini.
The thing is, Optic have in some ways
Kayak sepi banget ya rasanya ya.
But also look at the way PaperX is playing. All the way towards the left side, clearing the C-Link.
Yeah.
So they're not really getting surrounded like it looks like from Optic's perspective.
Gila FNS-nya di nunggu.
Garage Finesse dropping some of their early utility Divide, holding this angle.
Menang ini, PaperX. Nah, mantap.
Divide gets the first kill, a 2v2 here.
Mantap.
2v1, Marv. He's so good in these situations, but can he pull it off? Can he pull it off? He's got it down to 1v1. The spam across, he's got to get on it. He's going to challenge. He's got to challenge. Divide stops it.
And that's a 2v4 for PaperX.
Untung aja
To
omannya
cancel the
balik
bonus from
lagi.
Optic. And Ye even started off with the opening kill, grabbed the tour de force, shut down the hit on A. This guy is playing at an absurd level. For what we saw in his international debut, nowhere near that level. He is way above it.
And early aggression into A. Victor's already worked his way half down long. It seems like PaperX want to go to C. Forsaken may get the timing, he does. And look at Marv, he's going pushing. There's someone on the other side of the smoke. Jing gets him too.
Ini
Optic just does not expect him to be so far forward without using much. There was a couple of smokes in the garage. Forsaken just finds Ye's TP and they force that out of him.
Spike planted.
On other parts of the map, this is definitely going to be a save for Optic.
The stuff is too, they shouldn't be able to save the op that they brought into the round. Seems like it may just be out of reach.
Yo, ini Phoenix yang di buff belum bisa dipakai ya.
PaperX is hitting Optic with
Ini
so much
pakai
out of the prep
patch
work
lama
that would have
dia.
been expected from Optic coming into this, right? They know they have these two comps. They know they play the double duelist. That one's aggressive.
Sepi banget dah apanya.
The PaperX comp
Halo
here,
ganteng.
though,
Halo.
looks on the surface to be slow, to be controlled. Wait a second, Doug. Neon is all the way in.
No way.
Oh my goodness.
No way.
Mana
There's
bisa
just
lah.
not enough time. But such a cool attempt from Victor.
Gak gitu sistemnya anjir, mana
That'll make
bisa
you think
cok.
about it.
Udah
You
gila
don't
lu
leave the
belajar
spike again,
gila
not
coy.
like that.
Untung lu Neon. Kalau Brimstone atau Blitz
Those
larinya
two
udah
opening
kayak
kills from
Enggak sih,
PaperX,
sama
though.
aja. Udah
Definitely not something
udah
Optic
belajar
expected.
gila
They're
guys,
gonna have to
sumpah.
try to figure out a way to
Udah
stop
belajar
it.
gila anjing.
Finesse said, every team has tells. But for the most of teams who play Paper X, they're not able to find them, at least on the international stage. The only team
Udah belajar gila, boy.
who really worked them was Zeta. Now it's still a very close game, so it's going to be difficult no matter what. Optic here.
Bisa-bisanya dia datang
Very
cuman
light buy, obviously the
nge-tap.
2 weapons they saved.
Marv with that Marshall not finding any value.
Ben kayak nggak mati kan? Nice.
And off of that, Paper X are able to waltz her way into C for free. And you've got Victor, who may hit a timing. He's got the rifle, but it seems like My Freak is waiting for it just on the other side of the box.
Oh, nice.
Victor falls.
There's no way in. The wall in garage, the slow with the C's on spawn as well. There was an attempt from from Crashes that looked kind of nice. The spam through the smoke as they walked up C long. There's a nice shot from Ye.
Flash may net him another.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Forsaken still stunned up, somehow still gets that kill.
I mean, he's stunned and he's jumping up the stairs. That is just ridiculous, but exactly what you expect.
It's Paper X. That's the thing you were saying too earlier. But, you know, you mentioned Finesse's quote about how every team has tells. The tricky thing about Paper X is you may know their tells.
Welcome, bro.
They pivot so much, man. Every round they come in with a plan, but
Sets di Evan kayak main rank.
the plan is almost to adapt.
Yeah.
And that's such a nice dichotomy. Finesse, who loves to play with the information. Paper X, who love to play with the information that they force from the other team.
Ini sih apa? Peprex juga mau pakai hero.
Good time to check in on a few ultimates.
Setiap playernya tuh agent poolnya tuh gede gitu loh. Setiap player ya, jadi kayak mau main apa aja tuh bebas gitu. Si Ben kayak mau biasa juga main pakai Cypher apa segala macam. Agent poolnya gede, enak banget anjir.
And that is such a key for him. No way, they already smoked this off early. The trip is too far away. Forsaken is deep in B right now. And
Wah,
once
gila,
again, Ye is
Jason
caught.
udah dapat aja di sini. Hah?
They don't know.
What?
Forsaken behind enemy lines. How long does this trap lay in wait?
What the fuck?
The optimal thing here would definitely be to maybe poke at A, get Ye to rotate.
Hah?
And the Prowler doesn't spot it.
I mean, it touched him.
Kalau gua excited sih, soalnya ini jujur pertama kalinya gua
Optic may be in some trouble here, but Victor is able to take care of one. Forsaken on the swing. Now they know there's someone behind enemy lines. The leader for Optic down. Number still in favor of Paper X as a spike makes its way through. The Crashies tries to get it back. No.
40 seconds. Ye's almost in the sight right now. I don't think they know.
Jing.
Oh, Mindford turned away at just the right time. Nightfall comes through. Marved again in a clutch situation. 1v2 against Divine and Forsaken.
They both went hell. This is so good.
Not spotted. But he has no idea.
Cover going out. They heard the TP, so he's expecting them to think he's up top.
Ya.
Brutal situation for Marv.
Wah gila guys, menang ini guys, Paper X guys.
That was so well
Itu ada
played. There was an
penontonnya,
opportunity there though.
ada.
Crashies, who was stuck A long,
Keselnya
and then
kurang
Ye
nih
walking
ngebawa
out as well, but
gameplotnya, iya.
one flank
Ini
was
B-nya
better than the
dilepas,
other.
no trap gitu. Kurang nih.
If that flash connected for Ye from Marv, maybe there was an opportunity, but Forsaken rips them apart. And that was so fast. Again, they're immediately spotting that trip at the top of B, placing really, really far back. So you can smoke it off like you're going to do a pop.
Udah jadi kayak udah jadi biasa buat mereka anjir, sumpah.
Maybe a little something fast coming out of Optic down C long. That's exactly it. There's a paranoia. The dash goes through. Ult online for Victor, but there's no one home.
They're going to keep pushing though. And they have players watching from top window.
He's got to find value. Man, that's so far away. How does he still get a kill?
He's got himself in an interesting spot. The Prowler is so good.
Mess has a rolling thunder, but he's so far away. Rez comes through.
Wah anjing lah si Ye lah, apaan sih?
Mampus lu. And they find themselves with the numbers advantage yet again.
And that was a wall bang from Benkai too. But do they expect another push? This one from A lobby. The trip is down, so there's no way they know.
Sumpah sepi banget rasanya nggak sih guys?
Flanked upon flanks.
Sepi anjing.
Weapon upgraded for Crashies as he continues his
casternya kurang atau emang cropnya kurang ya?
Is he gonna use it? Steps right up. Early bit of utility initially, and Crashies is there. He's been spotted. Devi taking first. The flash swings through. Finesse can't get in on the action quickly enough, and he has nothing but a Sheriff.
Crowdnya kurang ya, dua-duanya kurang ya. Iya. Gue masih megang ini dah. Kalau misalkan LoL, gue masih megang. Gue masih megang CS dah. Gue pikir Valorant bakal gede guys. Mohon maaf. Tapi gue ngerasa CS masih lebih gede guys.
And that's 5 in a row.
Mohon maaf adik-adik.
5 in a row for PaperX, where it really doesn't feel like Optic. At least in that round, that was an eco. They go for their own aggression.
Gue gak
but it gets
benci,
shut down.
terlalu sakit anjing.
Good attempts from Marv to TP in, but the reaction from PaperX every time, Doug, is so good. And Spawn there, Divide with the double prowler to shut down Marv.
Masih baru ya, iya.
It's so hard to deal with, but those reactions are so good to your initial plan that should catch people off guard.
And the economy on the side of Optic has felt sus at best.
Entah kenapa ya, kalau nontonin LAN CS tuh rasanya tuh
certainly not where they want to be. You see Optic all the
gimana
time.
ya, mau siapapun yang caster, ya nggak sih guys?
Again, opener in a best
Gue
of
tuh
3.
ngerasa
History
siapapun
on the
yang
line for
caster
both of
tuh
these teams.
rasanya
Man,
tuh
PaperX, they look entirely unfazed.
Goks
It's interesting for them to go to Haven. It's actually very difficult to deal with this veto entirely if you're Optic.
ID loh, Goks
But
gokil.
Haven is the map that they were straying away from at the beginning of the tournament because of their losses in NA.
Karena crowdnya.
Because of their loss to XZ. And it was very similar situations on their first half defensively. Struggling.
Gak, gue penasaran
Right
berarti
now,
nanti ntar
definitely looking
kita
the
lihat
same type of
champion
way, unless
gimana ya.
Optic right here, out of the timeout, which they've been great at. Especially
Atau mungkin kalau misalkan dia pindah ke North America ke NA baru rotnya gila-gilaan ya. Saya mungkin ini kan di Eropa ya. Di Eropa kan ya nggak tahu sih. Cuman kalau misalkan dia di NA mungkin crowdnya gila-gilaan kali ya. Ntar setiap kali ada yang ketemu, wow gitu. Udah sehat ya belum? Makanya nih nggak teriak-teriak kan. Ini mau ngapain nih?
Oh, what is that? The satchel up! That's against Ye! What an attempt!
You cheeky son of a gun. Now they understand there's no aggression coming down A. They're going to drop the Cosmic Divide and turn their attention towards C. Gravity Well is going to keep Marv to bay at least for now.
Perfect name.
Pulang.
Nothing found the paranoia to delay. You see the relay bolts coming through online as well as Marv. Weak, but still back sight.
Good reaction so far from Optic to the number of shenanigans here. They're just putting the Cosmic Divide down to find if they challenge, and a lot of teams will. But Optic decide not to, and PaperX now has wasted a lot of utility. The Seize is gone, the nade is gone, a slow is gone. So they've got to rely on gunfights.
Aduh Jason, Sam, lu menang duel ini win
Gear.
gear.
And while this Prowler's going A long right now, Optic is super comfortable. They've got the trademark down short and Ye holding an off angle long. So they're not worried about it, and that's why they stack this site.
Jing dashing his way forward. The showstopper's not
Kalah ya Jason ya?
but he
Oh,
swings around.
kalah.
He gets the kill with the Vandal instead. There's the Rolling Thunder that we've been waiting for. They're going to try to take the space back. The thing is, with 15 seconds left, they don't have time for a plan B. They have to go forward. And the
Wah,
green
kalau
wall
Jason
does not
menang aja.
relent. Optic
Beda
gets to
cerita.
3.
That's out of the timeout again.
Harusnya
for
di US
Optic.
rame
They're
sih,
so
harusnya
good
ya.
in those situations, and that was
At
a
least
great
that
adjustment.
strat.
And they also got hit with that ridiculous Jink boost right here.
Ini udah pernah dipakai, Cok.
Doesn't find Ye.
Ini waktu udah pernah
That
dipakai
could've
sama
changed
siapa ya? Atau
everything
sama
because the
Peprex ya?
setup was hinging on
Sama
him.
Peprex sudah pernah dipakai.
That short trademark
Di
and
apa?
then the stack because of it is
Apa
wonderful
apa ya?
stuff.
Pernah dipakai kok. Pernah lihat gua.
The
Makanya gue
response
udah
is
tahu
gonna
nih,
be
oh dia
definitely,
pasti
let's
naik ke atas dari
challenge
belakang
this
nih,
setup
bener
that
kan?
Optic is putting on. But they should know that there was 2 beginning of the round.
Victor spotting that haunt early on. Roomba clearing out garage. As you see the barrage of bullets follow shortly after.
Lah, ketahuan lah, kocak. Wah, mamam lu. Nongkrong lu di atas lu, pinggir kota.
Round after round, they're finding this. A flash for Victor. And Jing wants to punish!
Wah, ini gila.
He's actually insane. Victor stops it. You have an operator in the hands of Ye. Forsaken has one too.
He smells Ye.
Does he?
He was just aiming there.
He might not. He didn't.
Yes, miss.
Divide did. Victor gets the kill. Op still in play for Ye. Nothing found yet. Benkai has worked his way up short. The wall goes up again. Is Benkai trying to get the high ground? He's gonna spot Ye. He's gonna land a shot. He's gonna get the kill. Not able to get the second 1v1. Crashies. Divide.
Aduh.
Flash. Crashies swinging around the corner. He hasn't gotten the timing. Just on the other side, he doesn't land the shot, and Divide turns on him!
Kocak.
No way.
And that's crushing. He definitely had the shot. And I was just saying at the beginning of the round to myself, Victor's starting to go for these peaks. They're starting to go for those flash aggressions in middle. So the confidence was building after the round win, but that is...
Controller div. Initiator div, sayangku. Controller
He's
kan
great in
smoker.
those situations. Crash is one of the best 1v1 players we have in NA.
Walaupun gue juga telat ya, gue taunya telat sih. Masalah controller gitu-gitu. Cuma ini gue kasih tau lu ya.
Low buy.
Lah tumben si Jing lompatnya nggak smooth.
Finesse has a Guardian on A, and he's the one who's going to be challenged. You see that utility.
Ya!
The grab
Oi.
well, the slow ward, now the nightfall. Perhaps
Oh gila apa itu?
just a tad. Forsaken has already worked his way around.
Hah, si Ye masih hidup?
Yeah, it was actually Ye who was still on the site, but
Anjing.
Forsaken cleans him up. Forsaken gets 3. 15 HP here too. Finesse still up in heaven. Oh, but he's been spotted. He's been had.
Spam.
Manages to preserve his life, at least for the time being.
But they've got nothing.
Fuck.
Forsaken's working his way towards the ace.
Ace gua.
Oh, what a beautiful sound. What a beautiful sound.
Ace gua.
What can Marv find with the shorty? He's gonna 1v5 this thing. What do you think? No, Forsaken gets
First
the ace.
ace.
Our first ever
Semifinal.
crowd ace.
Gokil. Nggak semifinal sih, final ya?
And the paper people are loving it. These first shots clean. Optic trying to rush the site. And the spray transfer good from Forsaken. He's up at 14-6 now with that round.
I mean, they fed it to him on a silver
Gila,
platter, too.
Li.
What a
Apa
good
itu,
guy.
Li? Nggak tahu, Le. Ini apa lagi nih?
Guns back in the hands of Optic.
Ada
You see on
oh,
the
ini
timeline
cuman bohongan
other than
kan?
round 8, it's been all paper Rex. Optic
go
feel
for
like
it
they're
again.
hemorrhaging.
Ayo, Jing.
Satchel
Lagi,
up,
Jing.
Just a single satchel.
Is there a
Lah,
challenge?
nggak bisa lihat.
Shoulders.
Terlalu
I
ini,
actually think
terlalu
Jing could get
terlalu
the
pendek.
angle, but it also gives ideas of him hiding there with no information from Optic where he peeks later.
Nah ini emang Peprex nih, aimnya kuat-kuat sih jujur aja.
Clear out long, see if anyone was coming. Off the smoke, perhaps they can pop flash if they feel any sort of threat.
Great
That's
stun.
exactly what they do.
They could follow up with a flash with Victor stuns, but they don't.
Yay with the op. No challenge yet.
Gila, mau ditembakin, mau apa? Pegang teguh di sini terus, bodoh amat.
So solid. He's
Nggak
up to
peduli, pegang teguh di sini
old
terus.
levels of first kill
Wah,
success
biasanya udah
so
dapat
far this
lagi
game.
kok.
He's fragging, but not necessarily when he gets the op in his hands. And they're pivoting again, dude. Another round where Forsaken is deep in the site before any contact
Nah,
has been made.
kocak. Jason dapat lagi the timing.
Forsaken
Ada
once again
aja
gets
dah.
behind enemy lines. Crash, he's just waiting for
Lah,
it.
Jason nggak denger itu.
Takes his ear off like Van Gogh. Forsaken no longer around.
Lu orang dengar gak sih tadi ada step heaven si Jason? Hah?
What do they do?
Swapping the ops around. Ye's got the Vandal now.
And it's Marved with the op.
But this slow makes it so difficult, and there's a star there to turn into a grab well as well.
Paranoia.
With the nade.
Well set up. Absolutely right. And it's all about delay. We've talked about what this composition was built for. It is delay, but can you delay long enough? Can you keep Optic back? Benkai in so much trouble. Yeah, in a 1v2.
He's slow.
Into a 1v1. Mind Freak's so weak. He gets a tap, pulls off, swings,
Nggak
lands the
dapet
shots as Ye
setengahnya.
gets scored. But he's not
Anjing.
gonna have enough time.
Nggak denger dia kayaknya, iya. Nggak, tapi Jason gila banget sih. Serius.
And as we get
Jason tuh OP anjing, dia punya timing.
the dying
Today.
breaths of this half,
Sumpah,
Optic is
timingnya
in
dapat
such
mulu,
a
anjir.
massive deficit. A good attempt from Ye, but surely
This is less than ideal.
they can't let Forsaken walk into the site.
Oh, he didn't even get it to half there. That was so close.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Nice.
Here.
Timingnya
The
dapat
vibe's good
puncak.
all around for Paper X.
Kedua chamber sama-sama
Flirting
sakit.
with the 9-3 half.
Nggak iya ya. Si Ye bunuh 15 juga. Anjing.
Your tour de force come through. Spotty buy for Optic.
Aduh, Aron yang mati
Okay.
lagi.
Victor gets the first with the Guardian.
Nice.
Gets the second.
He just walled down mid, spam the first,
Aron yang mati lagi.
and then
Susah
continue with
lagi
the
ini.
aggression. But this again is where Paper X is good.
Ini nggak ada chamber diff,
Nobody's
cok.
playing on
Dua-duanya
site,
chambernya
but they
sakit
have him until
anjing.
they really challenge fast.
Baiklah.
Forsaken so far away though. He's not behind enemy lines. He hasn't gotten into a troublesome spot. Jing getting the spike down. Note again the light buy for Optic. Finesse has a Spectre. Is it gonna matter? Jing goes
Iya,
forward.
maju
The
sendiri.
Prowler paves the way. The showstopper there. No kills yet.
Hello.
Do they not expect him there?
Lo,
Jing to Divide in a 1v3 to close out the half. Almost gets two there. He does manage to get the first. Couple members weak. No, not like this. Divide not like this! The Red Bull clutches. He gets 4 to close out the half. Unreal.
Divide is a monster in these low man situations. The 2 versus 4 earlier. And then this here, a backbreaker as the half ends. Gotta watch this again. And they were all so low. Finesse just a classic too.
We talk about Forsaken. We talk about Benkai.
Apa dia bilang apa?
Jing, but Divide is having himself a day. Let's head down to the desk, see what they think about that.
Wow, what a half of Valorant that is. Divide, in the end, they're clutching out. But I do want to talk about Ye versus Forsaken. I think a lot of eyes are on both of these guys. And they're just showing up, going back and forth, back and forth between them.
2 heavy hitters going at it in this match right now.
Si
And honestly,
anjir, padahal timnya lagi
hasn't
terpuruk.
really, I'm not going to say it hasn't been a difference maker, but it hasn't been the primary factor for which Paper X have been
Di
winning a lot of these
39 dia
rounds.
masih
But
kill
it's just been so
17
cool to watch 2 of these
anjir.
players going at it, man. I mean, look at the amount that Ye is putting up here. 17 kills in the half versus Forsaken on 15.
I mean, if you look at the round differential as well, you just can't even expect that Ye
Anjing
is trying his best. He's got the
Ini-
backpack on. He knows as a chamber main what it is his role is to do on
Sumpah.
this map. And they are just
Ini orang
battering him
kalau
even though he's
misalkan
putting
gak
up
dapat
such
franchise
huge
ya.
numbers. Forsaken on the other
Optic,
side though,
ya.
how is he
Ini
behind
orang pasti
enemy
di buyout
lines every time I
transfer
look at
list
the
nomor
minimap?
1
This is what you
guys.
gotta watch out for with Paper X. If there are
Anjing dah.
holes in your defensive protocol, they are going to be exploiting it all the time. Forsaken was getting so much value on these lurks in the mid-rounding, finding openings, getting the first kills for his team, and it sets up Paper X for these 4v5
Masuk
post
transfer list
plans
nomor
every single
1,
time,
anjing.
of which
Ini
they are
orang.
always favored. Their post-plan positioning is so good and so clean the way they play crosses with each other.
It's funny you talk
Sumpah
about
dah.
post player because there's another guy I got to give a little bit of a nod to, other than Devire's perfect clutch. Their Mind Freak, the flank control that he has as a solo player. Optic are putting multiple members on this, and Mind Freak is weathering that storm. It's an unbelievable feat.
Yeah, and I gotta say, you move into the next half for Optic, the things that were going wrong for you, at this point, you know, Forsaken's not gonna be lurking on the defense side.
Sure.
Their
Well,
comp is
well,
gonna be-
well.
Right, I say that,
They're gonna
You're
push.
You might end up seeing it, but even still, it's not stuff that you can take from that first half of what to adjust into the next one. Because the sides are swapping around, and they're gonna be playing this more defensive side of comp. How Optic deal with this is gonna be super intriguing, because if they end up losing this map, the rest of the series might be looking incredibly one-sided.
Gotta remember, Optic's map pick, as you said, if they lose it, there are big questions to be had.
Yeah, we have a quick tech pause here. Something is going on the side of Paper X. We're going to try and sort that out as quickly as we can. But I got to say, how uncharacteristic is this of Optic to be losing those clutches?
Di
They
mapnya
lost to
Optic
3v1.
lagi.
When was
Bantai
the last
anjing,
time we
93,
seen
what the
Optic in
fuck?
that position?
Yeah, they've just been a little bit sloppy, I think, when it comes to these retakes. It's clear that that's their game plan. They're often playing off-site for the retake situations, but you can't do that against this composition, this setup. But if you're giving them the opportunity to set up 3 Sage walls and block off one avenue for it, it makes the
Ini
retake, the
sih,
fast,
sumpah dah,
bursty retake
yang
with the flashes
bikin
so much
menang
harder
ya
to play
guys
for.
ya.
And that's what this comp wants from Optic. I feel like they should have been fighting way earlier for map control and fighting them before they let them set up in the post plants in the first place. But they were really struggling to keep a tight-knit defensive protocol, I think, and not let those lurks come through.
I will give Optic the benefit of the doubt here, is that if you look over their Haven over this, and of course Haven as a map, just being one of those maps that you know is going to have a bit of attacking side in this. I looked over at what they've performed so far in Copenhagen. They've won 83% of their attacking rounds and mere 40% of their defensive rounds on this map. So if there was a half for them to come back on, this is one of their strongest attacking maps. This is something they can bring back. It is not outwardly for them to be able to do so.
Also, Victor, he's going to have to show up on the attack side, Bren. I know it's been a loss so far, but I think if they want a chance in this, he's got to do something here.
Yeah, it's a player that we haven't really mentioned that much as well in the pre-show, but honestly, a lot of Optic's wins are incredibly contingent on that guy playing really well. Victor having a good game on the Neon or the Jet, whatever they're putting him on these days, it is honestly so important for them that he does end up having a good moment. And in the middle portion of this first half, you did see those big moments. You saw the 3Ks coming out. Victor was able to return a lot of the kills and over-aggression and punishing it from PaperX. But overall, I mean, he is sitting second in terms of the scoreboard for his team right now as well. He is putting up big numbers, but I don't want to single him out as an individual that needs to, step up, because I think he has been playing well in the first half. It's come down to the more game plan, I think, of how they were adjusting to the way PaperX were playing. And now, like I said prior, you've got to switch it up again as you go to the next half.
Yeah, well, the tech issue has been resolved now, and it's time to go into the second half and throw this back to Doug and Bob.
Pasti tetap ngincer win.
Thank you so much, Sue. Yes, we figured out the tech pulse bala.
Tapi memang harus di bawah Heaven sih. Kalau nggak susah.
This tournament. Yeah, I mean, just last match against
Kalau nggak di bawah
DRX.
Heaven susah anjing.
And this time they're on the attack side of Haven, which has not been stellar, although this tournament so far, quite good. And this is why Victor on the Neon has been phenomenal on the entries, at least since playoffs has began. Forsaken's going walkabouts.
Yang mati smokernya. Dijongkokin balik lu. Ini kalau nggak diusir, fix menang PaperX. Ini kalau nggak diusir, fix menang PaperX ya. Harusnya. Nggak dicek kan? Ini nggak diusir. Udah, fix.
A lot of info as to what's going on, but he gets a kill, and it's a big one as the spike's down. Victor tries dashing across the screen, but he's not able to get the kill. Mind freak.
Udah nih, dia fix menang PaperX nih adik-adik. Gak ada kers-kersan, cok.
Wonderful stuff. And it's calculated from PaperX.
Salah sama Strikers gak lolos sama FS terakhir Zeta.
Obviously, you know Forsaken's gonna go walkabouts.
Asiki.
But then he TPs away. And then he also
sets up Jinx. Enggak, maksud gua yang master kemarin ini.
Ridiculously difficult position to flush out. And he lets a few by too. I mean,
so dia bilang apa? FNS.
And there's not even a bomb plant, nothing like that for Optic. So this is going to be
Optic
a tough road back.
Yeah, this is trouble. You see, even just there, Victor wanting to take that aggressive space, but the support from Benkai just kind of stops it dead in its tracks.
Ini baru Kel Dita yang menyakitimu. Aku tidak pernah menyangka bisa begini. Oh Dewi, dengarkanlah. Dewi. Tiga. Gue walaupun ada keinginan gue tuh pengen banget nyanyi, cuman nggak bisa keluar bro rasanya. Nggak bisa gue.
So guns invested this time.
Nggak bisa anjing. Nggak bisa. Rasanya tuh pengen nyanyi bro, cuman nggak bisa kenapa ya? Kayak ada yang nahan cok. Sumpah.
Definitely come alive. But since Ye has been fragging in the playoffs, Brent mentioned it on the desk, he's been ridiculously good in the playoffs. Everybody else around him, while they've still been okay, it hasn't been the same Marv that we saw in the group stage. It was trying to carry them through losses in certain instances against Guild the opening match.
Nggak bisa bro, nggak tahu kenapa bro. Walaupun rasanya tuh pengen nyanyi dalam hati tuh nyanyi loh gua. Gak bisa rasanya guys.
I mean, the diegesis coming into this was Optic are top of the world. Yeah. Right? There's nobody who can hold a flame to them. Yeah. But they've just been like a swiftly fading shadow since they got into this.
Si Marv ini tuh mukanya kayak siapa ya? Saya player ya. Dia orang Korea ya. Marv ini orang Korea ya. Campuran.
And we already have seen Bind once in this tournament for Paper X, and we saw it last tournament too, and it shook the world.
Gue ngerak ini.
And it's former.
Tau lah.
Divine figures actually of Optic on Bind. They looked so good on that map, but
tapi kemarin direct lawan
it's
Optic,
crazy to think
Optic
that we're going
dibantai
to
sih, belum bisa
potentially go in
tendang
there.
guys. Kan direct, bukan Paper X.
That's crazy.
Pengen nyanyi guys, cuman gak ada suaranya loh. Ya lu udah negatif, gak tau belum coba. Ntar lah hari-hari ke-7, hari ke-8 lah. Mungkin hari Senin atau hari Minggu ya gue cek.
Tough thing.
Hari Senin lah, Senin gue cek.
When you actually have aggression in the form of Optics
ini jatuhnya Paper X semua nggak sih? Your Band sama Fracture lagi yoi. Tapi mapnya Optic juga Fracture juga gila sih. Kalau Bind nggak tahu ya. Bind gue masih dengan Paper X. Tapi gue rasa kayaknya Paper X tuh gue rasa Bindnya Optic ya. Kenapa dia berani buka? Dia tuh
Meanwhile, Paper X are so happy to be in that position.
Dia tuh udah prepare something ya guys.
They just have such autonomy among all players.
Ini jatuhnya map Paper X semua.
They can do whatever they want. It feels like at a whim.
Napas saja ngap-ngapan. Iya.
Again, if you are just joining us at home, that score is not a typo. It is an 11-3 half map for Paper X so far, because it seems like they're trying to put Optic away.
Shopee COD, Shopee COD. Bayar langsung di tempat, tanpa tabungan, tanpa rekening. Pakai Shopee COD.
Sampai akhir bulan diskon gede-gedean. Nggak bisa bro, jangan anggap gua lengah ya bro ya. Sorry. Anjing apa ini?
This is gonna be a C crunch actually all the way through C link for Victor. What a smoke from Mind Freak!
Oh, but Benkai slipped through and Benkai gets 2! He was in garage the whole time! And they'd wrapped around him and it didn't matter. Now Victor's left in this 1v3. The Prowler in his face, he gets
nice
his first, not able to get the second.
Banget, dapat 2 pakai
Victor falls,
pakai ini loh, pakai apa?
Point.
Pakai Spectre gokil
And I don't know if Optic has a fighting chance.
Emang buff gue tuh indah. Buff gue tuh
12-3.
Tau kenapa ya? 80% buff gue tuh work loh.
12-4 is where they left off that game against
let's go Paper X yoi.
And that was an 11-1 half.
Rasanya tuh buff gue tuh 80% tuh work loh. Gue gak tau kenapa ya.
Thank you.
And we've got an Odin on deck too for
ya?
Divide. And Ye is sitting in the window. If he shows himself, he's dead.
Maksudnya buat tim-tim yang ada Indonya ya.
Not a good start. The round's already been capsized as they're baptized by fire. Optic in a world of hurt. 5v3 already.
GWS Yor, thank you.
Also good for Paper X.
Gue beneran sakit anjing.
Is behind him. He doesn't even need him though. Down sewers and Victor, the last player left in a 1v4 to try to hold on
yuk mutar.
to that one.
Ayo, kalau kelas Virgo gua traktir Mirza yuk. Mantap.
With how poor they've been in clutches,
adik-adik.
it just doesn't matter. 13-3 on the side of Paper X to start this series, and if that's not a statement going into Bind Ball, I don't know what is.
Certainly showed up in front of the crowd to start things off. What a game.
Sumpah, ini venue-nya gue udah berasa kayak, inget guys ya, ingetin ya. Gue ngerasa kayak final ini.
And it is so difficult
Sekalian
from
ini
here.
deh.
The path only gets harder. The death said this is a must-win map. And obviously, I don't think that they think that way, but
DLC.
Boy, oh boy.
But low key, I mean,
Yeah,
kind
masa
of.
kayak
we
ini
all
sih
think
guys,
that?
jujur aja.
I mean, we had clutches, we had aces, we had everything Paper X just in full form here. And for whatever reason, it just seems
Ini si
like
Wilson
Optic like to do it the
anjir.
hard way. They start off tournaments very slow, now they're starting this off very slow, but obviously that's not the path you want to take.
Tuh,
Not at all.
mirip banget anjir.
And you wondered if
Tahu
Bind
kan
was
ngapain,
going to be
guys?
in the map pool coming into this, if Optic was going to go stray away from Icebox. And I do think that the argument from their perspective was a hard one for them to accept.
Sure.
But everybody, I think, believed that maybe they should take that off. Maybe they should challenge them on Icebox or Breeze instead.
It is very Optic, right? To like take that fight head on. We'll see what happens on Bind on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
Wah gila nih. PPRX nih gokil. PPRX nih gokil. Menang udah ini PPRX. Anjing jago banget PPRX. Jago banget ya PPRX nih. Gila lu. Jago banget anjir. Let's go guys, yuk, let's go. $50 lagi yuk, bisa. 50 lagi. 50 lagi. Let's go. 50 lagi. 50 lagi. Let's go. 40 lagi, 40 lagi yuk. 38 37 34. Let's go guys. Ayo ikut. Go. Kili 5.000-nya. Thank you Kili. Thank you 5.000-nya. Cepet. 20 lagi yuk, 20 lagi. Let's go. Kita mau apa? Roll 3 kali. Kita hari ini rollnya 5 kali, 3 kali sekarang, 2 kali nanti ya. Ayo 10 lagi. 10 lagi yuk. Hermanu Widiatama.
come into a map they haven't played
Hermanu
on this international
Widiatama,
stage yet and say,
45
"That's
detik
alright,
gak ada, kita ngusin. Oke, jangan lupa di follow Instagram gua. Apa Hermanu, IG-mu Hermanu? IG lu apa Hermanu? Langsung aja, langsung, gak pakai lama.
We didn't see many rounds on it, but Mindfreak places smoke and splits up the C site laterally. You often see it the other way around, but they are just more than ready for exactly how Optic are going to be playing this one. More than ready to return with the fire, the trades are instantaneous, Benkai's anchoring down, Garage all the time. They came into this map with an incredibly strong game plan of how Optic were going to play, and it showed in the scoreline. I mean, 13-3 is absurd.
Yeah, as you guys can see on the MVP powered by AWS there, that Jess, Ye got 18 kills when his team got 3 rounds. How?
Okay, also, of those 3 rounds, one was a pistol, one was a second round.
Oke, 2 lagi. Shadow Z.
What else are we gonna see?
Yeah,
Shadow
before we move on to
Z.
that, let's check out this Verizon high-speed moment of the match. Of course, Divide Jess. Look at him here.
Did you know he had 100% impact rating? Between the kills, the assists, survival trades, etc.
Shadow Z, hangus kah? 45 detik gak ada, kamu hangus ya.
100% of the rounds, every single round in that map, he had an impact, and this was one of his biggest. I didn't expect this clutch to go this way. Optic, they're a tight team, they play off of each other. The trades, the triangulation, the crossfiring, that is
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Muhammad Farozi. Farozi, apakah kamu ada Farozi? Hermanu mah udah dapat kok. Di sini juga udah dapat. Farozi. Hadir apa? IG lu.
But I mean, just outlandish stuff coming out from the PaperX guys. These guys are here to play. It doesn't matter that they haven't played on the stage up until this point. Like, Devi's been out, he's been in quarantine for most of this tournament. He's out here, and the guy's like playing some of the best Valorant we've seen.
Against Optic.
Apa Farozi? IG lu apa Farozi? Ayo cepat.
Okay. But we're heading on to Bind now, and this is where people usually say it's a free win for PaperX. We might as well just give them that win here.
I think that they are the best team in the world right now playing Bind. They have so many cool looks when they play their Eurocomp. It's incredibly hard to prepare for because they are so willing to do off-the-cuff plays, stuff that revolves around the TPs. And honestly, Forsaken and Jing, we've been talking loads and loads and loads about them, but it's the support behind it on PaperX that makes this team so dominant on this map. It's their ability to set Forsaken up for great things when he's playing that Euro.
My biggest worry is that when you go up against a team like PaperX on Bind, which is their
Alright, satu kali lagi. Hah, ini Ivan Kurniawan, seriusan Ivan Kurniawan? Hah? What the fuck? Ivan Kurniawan siapa nih? Halo. Apa IG lu Ivan? Ivan Kurniawan siapa anjir? Ini Ivan. What the fuck man? Ini jangan Ivan temen gua lagi. Ketoy bisa dapet anjing. Bentar ya, sabar bro.
command your entire presence in the server.
I think they will have to be incredibly reactive. In fact, they're going to have to be one of the best reactive teams that we've seen throughout this entire
Nepotisme
tournament.
anjing,
And
gak
reactive
ada
also
nepotismenya
that is a
bangsat.
high-level amount of gameplay that you will only see on a stage like this. So this is the kind of
Anjing
thing
dia
that will
menang
take
lo
confidence.
tai, teman gua tai yang menang. Babik, babik hoki tai, hoki tai. Minta ini dong, minta nomor WA dong.
Masters winner is the same roster. They haven't changed anything. These guys, they have what it takes to win. Jess, as we head into the Prime Gaming Agent Select, what would you say is their biggest win condition here on this buy?
Are we talking about Optic here?
Yes.
I think it's reacting to what they
Anjing
see.
gak logis tai. Kok bisa dia menang ya? Anjing masih gak nyangka gua.
But they themselves were not able to display it. And do we get to change it all? Is that what we're seeing here?
The PaperX
Babik.
changing up. This is, I believe they run this again, but my
Hoki
memory is
bet.
lacking, so I can't remember if they played it too much in officials. But it's a different look.
So smart.
Yeah,
It's so
PaperX.
smart.
PaperX do this. I mean, honestly, even FPX did it when
Masih
they were
sakit
running
ya
their
kekuatan
Euros.
orang dalam anjing.
This throws a wrench.
Kagak ada anjir, mana ada mana ada yang kayak gitu-gitu.
Staring back at them.
Oh ya badannya udah persen-pulih 70. Kalau badan ya, kalau maksudnya badannya tuh gimana? Kalau secara full sih 80% lah. 20%-nya ya lemas-lemas. Kalau misalkan di dalamnya itu paling batuk-batuknya doang. Serifan yang dapat anjing.
This could be a good opportunity for Optic to take this map though now. Now that they're playing against something that, I mean, I think the Euro is a comp where you can't prep for it even if you know it's coming because it's so overwhelming at times. But this is a comp they understand. This is a comp that people have played against them before.
You say that, I actually don't think the Euro
Lah, Jason gak pakai Yoru.
conditions. I think taking space with Jing and being able to flash in
Oh,
for
for
him
sure.
has been. So if they have that capacity, regardless, I think the Euro, it's flashy, it's nice, it's all of those things. But I don't specifically think that was the win condition for them on their attacking side. So maybe on the defensive, getting intel, being able to respond very quickly, it was. But I think on the attacking side, they'll be safe and set with Jing.
I would love to know what's going through FNS and Chet's mind right now. Seeing those
Sumpah,
agents,
gue pengen dah
coming in.
kalungnya
And I also love to
OG,
know what,
kalungnya
Dark
Optik.
and Ball
Kalian mau
making
gak sih
this
gue
over to you
dikasih
guys.
sama OG? Anjing, keren cok. Itu Mas asli
I'm not
ya?
gonna lie to you, I'm a little disappointed that we're not getting Yoru.
I am super disappointed, but I'm also in agreement that it throws out the wrenches and the
Anjing nih
threat
sekarang
that
apa
FNS
si
FNS and Chet
Mark
definitely
Marcus
have
pindah
done on this
haluan jadi
I mean, the
caster
whole
cok.
thing with trying to deal
Mirip
with that
banget
is how do
kayak
you
Dimas
prepare for it.
juga
Friend mentioned
anjir.
it, even if you try, you really can't. But PaperX throw the ultimate juke and move away from that to this composition that
pakai
you
Euro
see
karena
here on your
baca
screen.
biasanya
Optic
bakal
got beaten,
gimana.
they got battered on map 1, and now they have a chance to punch back map 2.
So as we start this, by the way, Brent was right about the comp. This is something that they played PaperX multiple times on their way here to Copenhagen. And it's another opening frag for Forsaken.
Gila Jason yang dapat loh.
But Crashies gets 3. Perhaps a bit greedy. Not able to land the 4th. Victor does though. Pistol goes in favor of Optic. That's the start they needed.
That was beautiful stuff from Crashies to swing through their own molly, which obviously didn't get much value, didn't vulnerable anybody, but wow. Then the nade from Victor too on the tap of the orb.
Well done.
And
Gila
this is the
apa
situation
ini?
that
Anjing
you
Jasonnya ini
always get scared of with
tapi
Optic
Jason
is
tai sih, apa-apaan
as soon as
sih?
they lose, man.
Gue sih bete sih. Kita udah mantek.
Chip on their shoulder larger than anything, especially when it's a stomp like it was.
Kita udah mantek lama-lama ya.
Poke the beast in a lot of ways. No buy up here from PaperX. You see the utility across showers.
A lot early spent.
Yeah. Mollies, nades, a little bit of everything, really.
Trailblazer through, spots both outside of bathroom. So Marv will decide whether he wants to stay or whether they want to set up a nade play.
They have 2 here. It's well done.
Ayo Son, bunuh lagi Son, kayak tadi Son. Ayo Son, kayak tadi Son.
He's going to teleport away to safety. There's a shorty. Yeah, he takes care of the buy. Swing comes through. His Mind Freak is left in a 1v4.
So Iron, sumpah lu kelas gue beliin pizza langsung ke rumah lu sekarang juga. Nah, mantap. Cuma kan lu gak di rumah ya, goblok gua. Bego anjing, ngapain gue beli pizza kalau misalkan dia gak di rumah ya? Goblok. Wah, gak sehat nih guys. Nah, wah gila.
Yay with the shorty at the end, cleans things up as Optic at the second.
Kill on the finesse is ridiculous, but they did have the proper setup, and that was definitely an improvement on the last maps. Anti-eco. And this is why we're so terrified.
Gila, kalah Pestorananya si Aaron bisa bunuh berapa? 3 orang anjing.
Now, slightly. So what did they lose without the Yoru? I think they lose a lot of the map presence that Yoru was able to provide. He could be on one side of the map and then they also lose immense amount of mind games that goes through with the TPs.
Nembak ininya lama.
Again, you see the Trailblazer taking B long. Info gather while PaperX tests the water towards A short. Trying to sneak the way up around the utility as the Viper wall goes down. No challenge had yet.
Smoke down. Cheeky wall drop though. Trying to find Victor there after the boom bot.
Yeah. He tucks into the smoke, bang high on the tap. The nade comes through. No plant yet. No easy way to flip the map either. You see for seconds fully established U-Haul control, and he's going to get challenged. You see Crashy trying to go forward, trying to go aggressive. But he hasn't swung out yet. Here he comes, there he comes. Crashy's one.
Oh, nice.
Not able to get the second. 2v2. Zorro strike drops.
Wah anjing masih dapat satu coy.
Divide has been ice in these situations, but Ye gets it this time. Optic gets a 3.
Risky decision there with 13 HP from Ye to hold on to it, but he has been phenomenal. 18 kills in the first game.
Nggak boleh, sabar, harus sabar. Nggak boleh, nggak boleh.
Finesse only had a judge there too, so
nggak boleh terlalu overreacting, Ior. Lu harus sembuh dulu. Oke, siap.
If Ye fell here, ooh, that was crispy. The ADS
nggak boleh terlalu overreacting dulu, Ior sabar.
Bonus.
Lu masih sakit, bro. Oke, sorry.
This moment right here where PaperX really went on a streak on the last map, and Jing with the stinger. In the Fnatic game, he
bukan
was
left hand moment, emang si Jason itu gak apa udah tahu
prior patches.
U-Haul malah ditinggalin.
Mentioned Jing with the stinger. He's actually going to work his way up off the Prowler. Dashes his way forward.
Seekers for Crashies to re-clear. Marv 2 finds the opener on Mind Freak.
And now the Molly too. They're just going to flip the map.
Really great re-clear.
Gimana sekarang kabar lu ya? Lumayan lah. Nggak tahu ya kalau main ya guys ya. Soalnya kemarin gue main 1-2 game tuh ya.
Jing falls. Great response, but Forsaken still able to cause problems. 4v3 here. As you hear just gunfire erupt across the side.
Dipancing anjir. Dipancing cok. Dipancing.
4-0.
Guys, gimana sih guys caranya pakai chamber lu ulti kayak lu nembak miss misalkan AWP miss nih. Tapi langsung ganti pakai ke pistolnya headhunter gimana sih? Gua nggak ngerti anjir.
They got stomp map 1 and then stomp back on map 2. It's only 4-0. PaperX with a timeout. Now Alex is going to talk to the team and figure out how to plug the gaps like they did on Haven.
Yeah, it is early, but you can kind of feel it. Right? It's like
ya udah sehat, belum terlalu. Semoga cepet semua ya, thank you. Ya langsung pencet hotkeys headhunter lah. Gak ada katanya ada cara cepatnya ya, tau lah.
And without Yoru, this map is so impossible. It's not like Ascent, it's not like Haven, in the sense that you can pull rotations.
Iya, si Tanks pernah jelasin caranya.
Silently, the only place you can do that really is A-Lamps.
Pakai mouse.
And they've tried, they definitely have.
Pakai yang di mouse.
Again, with that Yoru comp in mind,
saking fokusnya ke Salek, dia pun sampai bawa buku.
None of what you see, half of what you hear, right? But with this, it's much more expected, right? It's a bit more run of the mill. You kind of know what you're getting.
Kayaknya mungkin gara-gara match sebelumnya kan dia pakai Yoru. Ganti-gantian mereka punya meta banyak banget guys.
It is PaperX.
Mereka tuh punya meta tuh banyak.
For example, the double satchel that Optic loved to do down into the bathrooms. He did do that a lot in the prior match as well. But this time he's really been focused on Hookah. Yay, a big angle.
Oh, Mind Freak with a similar one. And they're going to get challenged at the same time. Ye wins his duel. Can Mind Freak?
Wah, gila bener-bener.
Optic get 2.
Gila, sekarang optiknya yang main rada agresif ya.
Fallen way away. He's already here on the B site.
Waduh guys, gimana ini?
Looks like it's going to join him though. Can Benkai play spoiler?
Ya.
Spots Victor, shots not landing.
Oh,
Wall allows him to fall back. Meanwhile, Finesse has pushed himself all the way into Octagon. So, Jay has to challenge Zing, and he will fall.
And he gets a second.
Yo, lu plan dapat ulti, plan dapat ulti. Plan dapat ulti. Nice.
Jing with 70 HP.
Molly can take it down fast.
Be careful, yeah, he gets the spike down, and he manages to preserve his life. He tries to get up top, 24 HP. He's in a 1v3, and no antics this time.
Gak bisa nih, no Yoru no party, bener nih. Orang-orang tuh pengen lihat Jason pakai Yoru sih.
And Marv now has the ult.
Ya kalau mau belanja di mana?
Victor has his ult too. So many good trap plays from Optic, but in that round, yeah, definitely after losing the original kill from Forsaken, which by the way was completely dry.
Ini orang demen banget klik kanan ya guys ya. Kayak klik kanan dia tuh 80% kena headshot anjing. Kok bisa ya? Gue mau kayak dia dah rasanya klik kanan terus. Bisa gak ya? Just take hookah. I'm sorry Alex.
Happy about this round, or at least the match how it's going so far.
Tour de force through, a flash down long towards Fountain. And once again, space taken on showers from Optic. Look at the pressure that they're already able to apply. Victor has no way out of this. He's gonna go forward, he's gonna go forward, and he gets one with the showstopper!
Waduh.
Tries to get the second, and he does!
Wah gila, ini kenapa ini? Pas banget si Alex ngomong. Just take hookah. Pas take hookah rame. Hookahnya ada ulti anjing. Bingung juga, serba salah cok.
They're just jumping through the beginning there, and Vanessa's just able to clean it up. Marv on the TP though does give Mind Freak a little something.
What the fuck?
He's gonna need a lot of something. With no armor, with 47 HP. Yeah,
he's behind him too.
What the fuck? Finesse is getting 3Ks, Optic gets
Karena
to 6.
lebih
We
pelan
thought
gak
it
sih
was a
fire
whirling
speednya mungkin
dervish
jadi lebih
of
banyak kartu
pain
spraynya.
on
Enggak
the
juga
side of
sih.
PaperX before.
Ya memang lebih lambat cuma.
They thought they had Victor dead to rights with that nade, with the molly as well, which would have instantly killed him.
Yeah, it was a great setup.
And then Finesse as well.
Wah, map 3 ini guys. Soalnya sudah ada just take hookah kedengan sama optik.
Showstopper as well. There was a vulnerable coming in with the snake bite.
Masa ini tadi gue udah bangga-banggain ini bukan DRX, masa kalahnya kayak sama sih. Map 2 sama 3-nya gila anjing dah.
And he has that stinger in hand. Here toward force through Forsaken once again. Way up. Trailblazer in his face.
Dimakan.
Elbow spotted. Benkai falls.
Tuh orang ya.
Surprised they actually walk into that knowing that he wasn't on an angle here on long. Forsaken got deep up there before he TP'd. And they walk into it.
Yeah, he's still concealed. They don't know he's here.
Teleport's ready.
How do they even clear?
Spesialis klik kanan kayak dia. Kalau misalkan nggak klik kanan rasanya nggak bisa bunuh dah. Makanya dia pakai AWP. Semuanya yang klik kanan, chamber yang digelnya bisa klik kanan. Bangsat lah ini orang. Sumpah dah. Report nih orangnya biar ke ban ngehe ID jago banget anjing. Ali apa? Reasonnya tuh OP ini orang. Bangsat dah. Ini orang jago banget cok. Puzzle-nya kebaca nggak sih Yor? Apa ya? Emang Yesus. Sumpah guys, sumpah nih orang minta di report anjing tuh OP cok. Bangke.
This is a phenomenal.
Kalau belum nopala nggak nembak dulu.
7-0 after losing
Puzzle
that first
gameplaynya
map, the
nggak
worst
tahu
they've
bro.
ever lost on an
Ini mereka mau kemana aja dapat terus jir.
You know I like quoting famous philosophers.
I do. People have
Si Marv ini jago juga kan guys ya? Marv ini jago kan?
It was the wise man, Marshawn Lynch, who said everyone has a plan. until they get punched in the mouth.
Benkai bunuh nol anjir. Pusing juga sih dia. Dia tuh susah Viper ya guys ya. Ya maksudnya susahnya flanker ya. Kalau orang depannya nggak dapet, misalnya kayak orang buat nusuknya nggak dapet, mau nge-flank tuh juga susah anjir. Apalagi lagi posisi-posisi kayak gini tuh mau nge-flank tuh, lu mati tuh pasti kayak apa ya ngomongnya ya, bisa ngerugiin tim banget apalagi dalam keadaan misalkan lagi kalah ya. Nge-flank tuh makin lu lihat deh tadi Benkai mainnya bareng terus kan, bareng Eka gitu. Nice. Aron yang maju nih bos. Emang harus digituin ya.
Now they have an orbital strike of their own. Crashies Victor on the other side. Victor gets one.
Jordan, welcome bro Jordan. Maaf, julukannya. Oh, berarti jago memang.
Crashies forward. Mindfree gets the third. Victor's gonna have to do it himself, and he cannot. Paper X are on the board.
Harus kayak gitu kayaknya guys. Apakah memang 3 Mamior biar menang? Susah kasihan sebenarnya. Jadi Benkai juga bingung anjing. Misalkan nih ya, jadi flanker tuh enaknya jadi flanker ya guys ya. Misalkan nih, lu mau nge-flank A, orang B-nya juga harus berani nusuk gitu loh. Harus dapet. Kalau enggak dia nge-flank A-nya kayak jadi percuma gitu. Bukan percuma sih, lebih ke arah susah dapetinnya. Tenang, sama G2 aja ketinggalan jauh bisa comeback. Yoi. Cuman jangan sampai kayak Derek saja lah.
We have lift off, and it's a no-fly zone! The showstopper finds nothing as Marv gets him! 4v4 here, you hear the Viper's pick come through. Benkai tries to shroud what he's up to on the side, and he does. Forsaken takes care of Ye. Demons exercise this Paper X look to put together a beautiful round.
Mantap son, mantap son.
How do I have to get back into this? I mean, they have money for days, so sure. Risk it, why not?
One enemy remaining.
But Crashy's entirely outnumbered, and they know where he is. They smell blood in the water. But perhaps Crashy's is a shark.
Aduh, dikasih crosshair lagi. Nice.
Mindfree cleans him up. Paper X get the second.
Spesialis Paper X main rusuh.
Mindfree. Benkai low. W Gaming here, full force.
Casternya ayo dong.
As they cling together too, and this is the streak of rounds.
Hype dikit dong.
That is instrumental to success right now. Shut down the momentum, the motivation.
Hype dikit dong, please lah.
From Optic. For Marv to shut down the showstopper early. They thought that was a weak addition, but immediately he gets traded out.
Kenapa Coach Press marah-marah mulu ya? Padahal kan nggak dapat mengganggu mental pemain. Kan marah-marah kan nggak kedengeran playernya lah Coach. Kan kedengeran ngomong kan kalau pas lagi timeout. Kalau lagi timeout ini gue yakin banget sih dia nggak marah. Lebih ke arah ngasih tahu. Dia pasti kesel. Lu jadi netizen aja liatin pemain misalkan ada yang aneh. Ini pasti lu kayak kesel sendiri kan, apalagi tim yang lu dukung gitu loh. Ya sama lah kayak dia pasti reaksinya kayak gitu. Why pasti kayak gitu. Jangan kan cost netizen aja mungkin begitu. Rasanya tuh kesel sendiri tuh. Jing lagi kurang nih hari ini, biasanya main gila terus saya kenceng.
And they have switched the wall. More traditional here for Benkai to lurk up into the lamps. And oftentimes that is very, very intended to punish Chambers in this situation.
Halo Bang Laman Talunya. Halo, aduh dudu. Gokil, namanya udah bukan Mr. Aduh dudu ya. Ya lu tau gak Jadon mau sped pakai apa? Nggak tahu, apa ya Bang? Ntar gue lihat coba. Geser kali, HyperX kali, nggak tahu. Lah.
Cheeky little setup, good counter molly. Forsaken takes a little bit of damage.
I mean, it's so crazy that they're willing to do that when Ye's on the other side.
Forsaken push through. Jing
Wah
tries to
gila
infiltrate,
Jing,
but
sendiri lagi dah.
Crashy puts another to sleep. It's a 5v3 here for Optic, because once again, it seems like they're winning out like outrageously. Rounds after a timeout may continue.
Spamming.
Clean up from Finesse to get one, not able to get the second. You still have the operator in the hands of VA backside. Oh, the gun barrel gives
nice
him away,
banget,
but
Son.
he wasn't expecting Forsaken
Sumpah dah.
now.
Jason jago anjing, sumpah nih orang dah.
They're TPing out too.
Flipping the map.
Mark has no stim here to get back fast, but he will be in short. They have the trip up though for Forsaken.
They're trying to storm the gate safe. The rotations are not late. It's a 1v1. Marved against Benkai. Controllers, but the bullet don't come through for Marved as Benkai gets 3.
Nge-whiff amu.
Crucial 1v1 to win. And consistently the clutches are caving on the side of Optic. It was a massive problem for them in their series against DRX. It was a reason why that initial game went lopsided. Even though they're typically so good at clutch rounds. And this is a great comeback after a 7-0. Remember, 7-0. Here's the double satchel from Jing. Slow on the ground, but it's a fast reaction from Victor, but all it nets is a trade.
The Seekers too, to make sure they hadn't fully established Showers control, so they're gonna be able to work their way forward into that.
Yeah, he also found Benkai on the other side of the map. Might find Forsaken here too, and he does.
Dude, and it's the little things. Crashy's flashes into short right during that. And that's exactly where Paper X are going. And off of this.
Wah, cosplay
Optic with big
kacau
numbers
dia
advantage,
pakai
4v2, Mind Freak.
This is a judge here. Swing with the flash.
Judge is there. The spam through. It gets cleaned up. Finesse with the judge, as you said, as Optic get to 8.
Last round in
It's
the
that
half.
aggressive pace from Paper X that ends up costing them. Their Optic completely ready for the bathroom aggression. Completely ready.
Wah, gua kalau misalkan pakai
For both
race
Benkai and
si
Forsaken to
Jing
try to
sih
take
dia
some space
punya
long.
satchel gokil ya. Kalau gua kayaknya gak bentuk.
And this map definitely Jing and Forsaken not finding as much
Marv
value as
lagi
they did.
kurang, Marv. Tapi
See,
ini
though,
bunuh
Forsaken.
10. Ini Jing nih sama Davai nih.
Round of the half.
Davai tadi bagus.
Definitely a broken buy here for Paper X. Name a better duo, and he
Buset.
Gets a second. You see Victor trying to play in a spot where he's able to welcome them, and yay with the tour de force on the other side.
Marved in the middle of all that gets that off, but finally a shot missed. They'll have Victor to back him up though, and it will net the kill and potentially net the half, and respond right back to Paper X with a night through their own.
Benkai just on the other side. He switches over to the Vandal. Prime Gaming Falls comes through
Halo?
as Ye takes care of Benkai. A 9-3 half response for Optic after the bludgeoning
Sabar
that
guys,
they
gua
took
mau
on
kencing
map
dulu
one.
guys.
Excellent response.
I mean, I'm wondering if all that people talking that Finesse was doing at the beginning of the game was them completely breathing a sigh of relief. After they see no Yoru here, this definitely did not work out for Paper X, at least on this half. And this is what I was mentioning, Marv getting off that orbital strike in the middle of fighting on both sides. Perfect for EA to be able to pinch them as they go for the TP.
An excellent response out from Optic. Watch the throne, because kings kill when princes feel power.
We're going to half.
Thank you very much, Bala and Doug. There is another nice 3, but this time in the favor of Optic. I've got Jess and Brent back here with me. Brent, Optic, they have an answer. They have the discipline, and the game plan is working.
Yeah, it's kind of handed them on a plate, I think, because the composition of Paper X are playing, it's so clear that they're uncomfortable to a degree. Like, they want to play fast and loose, and when they are controlled, when they're running the double controller, the double smokes, they have to play at a bit of a slower tempo to take map control, and they are struggling because of it. They are struggling so much.
It looked like it took 7 rounds until they were confident enough to take those opening duels, to take space on the map.
Yep.
That being said, the man on your screen right now was one that was denying them a lot of that space. I think Optic had a perfect misread on the power positions on the map.
Comeback
And
ini,
this man,
guys,
we
tenang
spoke
aja,
about
comeback.
flashes and the likes of getting Jing in.
Apa iya
Conversely,
karena
Optic
Yorunya
had one of the
dilepas
best
jadi
flashes
susah
in the
entry?
entire server.
Enggak
Just
juga
going,
kan
you
masih
can't
ada
have it, you
masih ada
can't have
race
it.
bro.
This is my spot, don't come in.
But I
Ini
love
memang
how
mereka tuh
hard
keculiknya
Optic were fighting over this map
satu, guys.
control. The entire time, Showers is being denied.
Ini
Hookah is
apa,
being
Optiknya
re-cleared.
rada
They
main
were always
agresif
taking
sekarang.
opportunities to essentially punish and play with complete confidence. You've just got flattened on map number
Ini
1.
juga dapat
and you
nih orang
come back
klik
in,
kanan
and you're
terus.
playing with this much
Anjing,
confidence,
bisa
this much
begitu ya.
ball to be able to take the fight.
Tunggu, belajar
to
ah, klik kanan lah,
I mean,
tai.
they are just honestly a world class and a different team. This
Anjing,
is what
biar
experience
gimana ya klik
affords
kanan
you.
ya?
There's opportunities like this.
Mau belajar
to
klik
not,
kanan
you know,
sekarang
just
sama main
fall
ayam
quietly
yang
into the
kecil-kecil
night.
lah.
You will
Kayak
fight back tooth and nail, and the fact that it's 9-3 is
Jago
absurd.
amat
But there was adaptations towards the end. Forsaken ended up capitalizing, re-clearing the space, taking it back again as we saw in that final clip. There were
Anjing, keren
attempts by
banget. Gua mau
PaperX,
dong
but is
kalungnya,
it too
anjing.
late? Is it too little? Because they are sitting at that 9-3 score.
Chamber aja pistolnya
You'd
lebih,
say
gua nggak
they're one of
bisa
those
loh klik kanan.
attacking-sided
kok
teams,
komen-
so to go onto a half where you might not be comfortable, you don't have the usual composition that you run right on the map with, I tend to stray away. I mean, I got the green wall wearing today, and I have a nice little stack to show off for everyone. If you're aware, Optic
shit,
have won
man. Gua udah
every
mulai
single map of
dia
their
melemah nih.
opponent
Bangke.
so far throughout this tournament. Not just their own map pick, but if their opponent has picked the
Lebih
map,
kelihatan kepala kalau
they've
pistol
won it.
chamber.
4 of the
Iya.
times that they've gone and
Headset
they've had to
City
face
apaan
their
ya?
opponent's
Keren
map
banget.
pick, they've won it, and I think they might make it
Itu
5-0.
headset mahal banget bro.
I think so
Itu
too.
bukan headset
Yeah,
PC.
Optic are looking
Ya, maksud
great
gua,
taking the
itu
fight to PaperX. But PaperX,
mahal
they
banget
got to
ini.
bounce back here. They have to bounce back. It's not an elimination match. They will have a second chance, whoever loses. And I'm going to throw this over back to Dark and Bala to get back into the second half of Vine.
Tackle kan juga sering beda bro.
One half in the books, and if you're a fan of
Mereknya apa ya?
Optic,
Itu
you're
kayak
enjoying the
buat
tale
pilot
that's been
gitu,
told
setahu gua,
so
lupa
far.
gua. Mahal banget.
Meanwhile, if you're a paper
20 juta ya?
people?
Atau belasan
Paper
juta
people?
ya? Lupa gua.
Yeah, paper people. You're not digging this one.
Nah, ini
Ooh,
ngapain nih?
fast
Ngapain
double
nih?
satchel again
Mau
from
ngapain nih?
Victor.
Mau ngapain nih?
And this has been so successful. There's no brimstone stim here though, but here we go. That kind of receive.
And the molly to
Oh, the
delay.
pinch!
They're just going for it. Forsaken's there. Forsaken's there. And once again, he gets the opener on the round.
Terlalu ini ya.
The spike
Iya.
still back Showers as there are fights all over the site.
And Optic already succumbing a little bit to the aggression that we expect from PaperX. They even got a haunt down Long B. And Ye was not able to put it down. So a lot of information here for PaperX to work with. And I think at this point, you can
Curse
see
nih, adik-adik.
rotation coming in towards the A side.
Curse
Jing
nih,
is
adik-adik.
already here. And he has a nade.
Mereknya apa ya? Lupa gua. Cuman itu mahal
Finesse
itu.
so weak too. It's actually Ye who's going first. No challenge across U-Haul. There was one towards Dice, and well, it doesn't work out.
Ya
for Vine.
Allah.
Crash U's just shown up too. It's a 2v2 here though. They're certainly not out of the woodworks yet.
Wait.
He's gotten into a 1v1. Ye against Vi. Again, clutches have not been on the side of Optic so far.
And he knows the information. He's going to plant. Force spawn, no.
No, he's not.
30 seconds left.
All the way.
Bad guy. Devi has no idea. And the thing is, even if Devi were to go in short right now, Ye would know.
And he can't even hear the spike plant. There, he's scratching his head, wondering what the heck happened here.
Goes through the telly again. Ye, wise as to what's going on. One shot left in that headhunter.
Ayo Davai, bisa Davai. This is your time to shine.
He's looking to put that one bullet right between Devi's eyes, and he's not able to, but he does with the clutch.
Ini orang, ya Allah Tuhan.
Ye gets 3, Optic get 10.
Bingung loh, ini mah sakit banget.
And the pistol round for the leaders this time too. Optic. Received the statement, received the letter of intent from PaperX, and they send back a cease and desist on a map that has been completely undefeated, spotless for PaperX right here. And look at this. Off the backs of that clutch from Ye, PaperX is going to say, let's go for a buy here. There's a lot of SMGs here. A Stinger, 2 Spectres.
While Optic looking to spoil that day, they still have the gun advantage, even with the investment on the side of PaperX.
Iya aja pakai pistolnya selalu klik kanan. Iya ya anjing, gue belajar ah. Gue belajar klik kanan ah. Semua senjata anjing. Ntar ya. sama mau main aim lab yang kecil-kecil. Gimana ya caranya ya? Kentot nih.
As PaperX have no idea.
Dia nggak pernah streaming ya guys ya? Apa dia emang nggak streaming?
Now you see that flash come through. Counter flash, Prowler trying to find something. And it's Jing who's able to get the opener, but Victor has made his
Nice
way
banget
in.
Aaron.
And Victor not able to get more with it. You see the investment, it may have worked out. But now Finesse with 40 HP in a 1v3. He's got the Spectre.
Nice
and Mankai cleans it
banget.
up. The Stinger
Nice
too good.
fucking bonus. Eco. Ya sih, force buy.
PaperX has been phenomenal
Mampus, anjing.
after losing their pistol rounds.
Gila, langsung beli Vandal tuh.
So far this tournament. Before this game, they were 2-3. A 40% win rate in that round specifically. And that's not one that they could get massive advantages with, or, you know, being able to buy a Vandal or anything like that because of a couple of kills or anything. There's no spike plant money from the defender sides.
Hah?
Forsaken going fast.
Mau apa sih?
Catch. Optic off guard here. Oh, he's hiding in the one-way too.
Wow, what is this? Wow, what is this?
They don't know. What a setup as Forsaken goes double dipping. Gets a second, third not there. But Benkai cleans things up on showers.
The dot's cold there. For Optic, not able to actually read the situation.
One enemy remaining.
That Viper orb was phenomenal, and Finesse is just, I mean, he's just dead.
Hi.
The setup from PaperX, they just keep up coming up with such cool things. Just immediately dropping the orb as soon as you could. Forsaken, that's an easy kill against actually a complete anti-strap to that wall. That
Ya
has
itu
become
pernah streaming
more
nggak sih guys?
popular,
Enggak ya?
that actually gives some space
Pernah
on
ya,
top
jarang
of that
stream
box
ya.
to peek from.
Bisa-bisa
The
5
typical
lagi.
one that we saw, you know, at Reykjavik and tournaments prior was always covering that box up.
Oh maksudnya bisa 5 lagi. Ah bangke, gue pikir apaan bisa 5 lagi.
We got a little, we had a little dual op setup. Ye decides to go for the Vandal. Forsaken still has it.
Jing mainnya Wisma Lit. Iya, aku tahu.
Nice trap here for Victor. They're gonna get the flash. And Mind Freak not able to escape, but gets the one anyways.
Si Aaron sih.
Jing, Lang, and Wade and Hookah again. The gun barrel, the most deceptive of things, but Ye swings around anyway. Forsaken with the op, had a shot at the collapse, which is over. Sleight of hand not on his side. Now it's Benkai who's left outnumbered in a 1v3.
Kalau gua, bam.
And how the heck does he do this one?
Not when they know where he's at.
Wisma Atlet
Crashing to heal up on Finesse as well. He's back up to 100.
So far away.
Emang Wisma Atlet punya interest seperti itu bangsa.
As he swings around and well, he's greeted by a firing squad, courtesy of Optic.
Siapa sih yang komen tai?
11-5. And while that eco round certainly.
Aduh.
Guys, this game get completely out of hand for PaperX like we saw from Optic in the first map.
Aduh.
It's still
anjing lah.
A long path. Jing there too. Definitely should have gotten that kill on the A.
Jacob, come here. Get up.
I'm locked.
Bangsat.
Yay, displaying some
Yang komen
confidence.
anjing udah bener-bener babi.
The most unassuming.
Aduh, ada aja dah. Emang ya. Kalian tuh pure cinta waktu gue dah binatang.
Interesting buy here out from PaperX. Forsaken has that through the horse. Well, he had it. As he just gets dropped instantly.
That duel is going to be so much fun to watch.
Secrets through Benkai with Roomba in his face. Didn't get a chance to clear it out at all. As Victor won with the nade, as he's going up top, he's going deeper, he's looking for more Viper's Pit. Doesn't feel anything that's happening on the site.
These executes super clean here from Optic. The amount of utility that's on that spawn door, the pipes exit, ridiculous to deal with. And it forces you to be peeking when they're walking out of bathroom. So that's just easy kills to clean up for Optic.
Lagi zaman ya crossnya 1420 ya. Kayaknya gue tadi kayak main rank tuh semuanya pada 1420 dah. Map 3 Israel ini. Kayaknya ya. Kayaknya ya lihat-lihat kayak gini ya guys ya. Kayak apa?
Player standing.
Tuh.
And the nice thing is now that
Lihatnya ya.
Showstopper's online too.
Yeah.
For Jinx, now you see 2 key ultimates online here.
Sure.
Ditero juga si Jason nggak dikasih siapa? Benkai juga nggak dikasih space buat ini, buat lurking.
The narrative that we had coming into this map was there's no way Optic come back against a team as good at this map as PaperX. It looks like the decision to switch away from the prep so far that they've been playing at this tournament definitely costing them. One more chance here for PaperX. One more opportunity to keep this map alive. And look at the space they've taken, the haunt, to find something through that smoke potentially, but it doesn't find anything. So they go exploring. And a gap for Benkai too, here in the wall.
Check it. Ball goes down.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Molly hit right in the face. Now the nade there, Benkai nowhere to go. Nothing is safe. As YUUU trying to check this tight angle.
Anjing apa-apaan?
Get leaked out from YUUU. There's the challenge. Overstrike comes through. We mentioned that ult at the beginning of the round.
Iya, Jason udah dapat lu di pisau nih sama Jason. Gue pisau.
Love the way that Mindfreak is playing this.
He's just waiting. Patiently, he gets a big kill.
Spike down A.
Now knowledge of where the spike is. Molly
Pisau paling geson.
And Forsaken can strike at any point here too.
Gue pisau.
His information right now is only that Mindfreak's on the flank, but he gets a little greedy and Crashes finds something too. Oh, no. It's falling apart.
It's off the rails. But Forsaken brings it right back. It's now Marv in a 1v2. Benkai weak. Forsaken light armor.
Does he know?
He may.
He knows.
He's staring right at it.
He knows.
Averts his gaze.
Okay, he knows. She knows.
How does Marv do this? He doesn't.
Nice.
That's how PaperX get to 6.
Great round for PaperX on a number of levels.
Bagus.
The one weapon was enough. Save from the last round. And the push immediately down long B. Optic was not set up to receive. And also, we have to keep in mind, Marked is all the way deep at him, so he spots that pocket, but Benkai specifically was
Nih
playing
bocil
there
sakit
to
banget
counter the
ya.
Victor
Gen
double
40 dia
satchel.
guys.
They won't go for it. They're going to go for that
Belum
trap play
berakhir.
with the Molly elbow.
Buff dinyanyiin ear.
And the double satchel here.
WB.
Here, though.
Mari Tokopedia.
No, Benkai drops the fight. They throw short, but the rest of the fight is happening on the other side of the map. Jin gets so high! And he manages to get one with the showstopper. Optic just get dismantled, but YUUU somehow gets 2 with the tour de force. Hasn't equalized the round quite yet.
Trip just went off, and he also hears the Prowler dug, so he
Sumpah
knows
dah nih orang
exactly where
demi
both of these
apapun dah
players are.
tai sih, sampai clutch sih tai sih ini orang sih.
And he
Demi
receives the spike
apapun,
immediately, so
sampai
a
lu
lot
clutch
of
lu
time,
tai
a lot of
bro. Gue report anjing
space
terlalu
for him to
jago.
punish Divide here, who will be in a 1v1.
Report accountnya walaupun gak ketemu di SEA
1 and
bang.
9 for him.
Sumpah lu ke SEA gue report Aik. Terlalu jago alasannya. Bukan manusia. Intio nih orang dia, sumpah. Anjing dah. Kenapa ya? Jago banget anjing. Ini orang kalau clutch sih gue report sih anjing, sumpah deh maupun tai.
He clears everything, so he knows nobody playing close sight at least. Now he sets up his TPs too, so he can get back out of this situation.
Divide just now starting to move. YUUU gets the spike down. Divide's on the swing, the head-to-head, and YUUU is dead.
Sesekali lawan YUUU menang siapa ya? YUUU kayaknya. Yor, apa?
And what started a few rounds ago now for PaperX looks certainly real. This was, again, aggression against aggression. Optic want to go for that double satchel up long. But the classic PaperX, this time they actually add Jing to the mix, which just works so well with the showstopper. The haunt in that smoke provides so much value. And they're going to go for it again. And even here,
Enggak kapok ya.
I might still send that same exact message.
Going to Prowler in the face of the satchel, and he has to throw it in reverse. Nightfall there, and it's going to hit almost everyone. YUUU's the only one who's not there. The swing out.
Anjing.
Doesn't find a ton. It's actually optical winning these duels. Divide!
Sumpah nih orang kelas gua report anjing. Wah bisa ini comeback guys, comeback.
They're not done with bind.
Not at all. They gave themselves a hope with the
YSCTP
eco-round win.
2 overtime ya. Oke, siap.
And now a few in a row as Optic need to find a way to close this out. It's not going to leave Ye in PX situations at the end of every single round.
One enemy remaining.
Divide. He joins the stage for the first time this tournament and ends up popping off.
He has been a scoundrel.
Bingung.
This entire
Bingung
series.
mereka. Ini
Again,
satu
you know,
lagi,
we
bro.
mentioned it on the first map. We talked
Satu
so much
lagi.
about these other players on the side of
Anjay,
Paper X
mainnya.
for good reason, right? Like,
Lepas
you've got a
lepas
star-studded
kaki
lineup over
ngucin.
there. But Divide, he's putting everyone on notice.
Yeah, at least in these important moments.
Dibeliin sepatu sama nyokapnya nggak dipakai. Kamu nih ya. Canda. Winnable nggak? Winnable banget.
Only at 8 and 17, but massive,
City lagi.
massive impact.
Asal mainnya on point semua ya. No mistake.
Mind Freak 18 and 16.
Selamat banyak. Thank you Bang Abdul. Gokil. Halo Bang Abdul. Apa kabar?
That's crazy. It means Divide was 4 and 17 before that round. But man, you talk about impact. You're absolutely right.
And there's even more than that. Obviously, you got the 4K in that round, but the
Lu kenal nyokapnya Jason emang Yor? Kenal? Kemarin baru ngechat gua.
Who's trying to go around the corner with the flash
Apa?
and it was
Bilang
good. Both Mind Freak and
suruh
Defy
apa?
were flash.
Suruh
But the Prowler stopped him. He can't
banyak
go against the
minum.
flash.
Dia tahu mungkin.
Forsaken
Kayak
Shadows
Firnex
back
gue sama ini pada kena COVID semua.
Off of his own. Now Optic on a really light buy. They're gonna tuck.
No. No, they're not. Great response out from Crashies, though. As Jing falls, you still have the
Baik, Bayo udah sehat, lumayan lah.
Now some info
Batuk-batuk
gathered.
masih
They understand there is
batuk-batuk,
some presence
tapi
on board. Off of
ya
that, there's the
lumayan
pinch, and Mind Freak
lah.
gets another.
Better than before.
Looking to be one of the cleanest rounds Paper X have put together.
Teleport's ready.
And it is worth noting, Optic with a broken buy coming into this one, you still see the remnants of that finesse. Stinger, Marv with just a sheriff. Options almost non-existent.
Aduh, nggak ada yang bisa ngambil ya.
Crispy shot,
Tidak.
but Paper X gets 9. And this is like this coming round, Bala, this is where we'll see the impact of the timeout that was called previously.
Yes, absolutely. All smiles for the Paper X fans. As they put together now 4 in a row, they've come from 5. 12 to 5.
Throwback 12-6 BWLAE.
Still 3
Emang dari
match points to go.
12-6 ya? Gue nggak tahu sih.
Important here that they build the bank. So no matter what happens in the round, they're consistently going to have money equipped to take on the push. But look at this. Forsaken might actually go for a peek in the TP.
Yeah, what is he up
to challenge Ye.
Yep.
No, he's going to get out of there for sure.
Drops the alarm bot too. The
What?
swing is
Oh.
there. Victor cleans up Jing.
Padahal gerak
start here
udah
for
bagus
Paper
tuh
X
Jing
with
tuh, dia
winning
udah tahu
early
dia mau
engagement.
di swing anjing.
And off of that, Victor now one step closer to that showstopper. Forsaken still has that tour de force. Holding down showers, but again, Optic cut noise.
Crash is also with the
Teleport's
Seekers
ready.
marked as well. This is a big round to resist. If you're Paper X, Forsaken going for a play though. Clears it out with the...
Jason ngapain?
Of course he's going for a play. It's Forsaken. She's unaware the Seeker's there, and that might actually
Nice banget.
be enough, but no, it's not.
Really want to try to pair those Seekers with the Orbital Strike too, and now the Execute. Large chunk of it taken out, still has it. That's
Itu yang ulti siapa?
Freak Salt right there, and they want to actually work a pick with
Orang
the
ya?
Yeah, Finesse who's still flirting outside of showers. And you see the rotations actually coming off for Paper X. They're headed towards B. Oh, how did he not see the shoulder?
30 seconds left.
That looks so
I think
close.
he knows. Look at him, the crosshair.
Yes, it's good. But again, Finesse in showers, the leader for Optic.
What?
The Doctor of Deception tries finessing his way into A, and he does.
Jason sih
Turns around, destroys Forsaken.
TP-nya udah
Now
kayak
Victor gets the
berasa
spike down.
shower tuh
3v3
udah
here,
milik
operator still in the hands of Ye. The rotations now start to show up for Paper X.
pemerintah. Oh, ya udah.
Time not on their side. Molly to clear out bench, but there's no one home.
Victor 2, showstopper to end this game.
Is that the finishing blow? There's a showstopper. It's
popped
buying
early.
Space, buying time. And Paper X so patient. Stalwart in the face of what's before him. But they have to make a move, and they have to do it soon. And they move right into Ye. This third map looking like a foregone conclusion here as Benkai gets into half. He's going to have to do it by himself, and no, Finesse does it at the end. 13-9 responses. We're headed to map 3. We're headed to Fracture, baby.
A phenomenal response from Optic. But even in the face of a crushing defeat, Paper X.
Oh, apa ya? Ini dah next
with
game
a
dah, next map.
Nice little comeback there. After what looked like they're going to be fully in despair. The first map.
Well, and the truth is, like, that doesn't go their way by a hair.
No.
It really doesn't. Like, easily could have gone the other way, but ultimately, as you were saying, it's a fake comeback. They bamboozled the people.
Ini gila sih.
So many important moments.
Dibalas sama Dava ya anjing.
Throughout the entire map. And that one definitely got us off our seats, off our feet. Hey, specifically
Ini gila
too.
juga anjing.
I mean, we came into this.
Nembak siapa yang
We
kena
came to this
siapa
tournament with
Jason
him
tadi.
into the conversation. I mean, he was the conversation.
Ready Fracture
about
diambil
best player in the world.
apa papernya nggak Optic.
And at the
Gua
beginning
nggak
of the
tahu bro.
tournament, he definitely
Mungkin
didn't have the best player in the world performances. But since playoffs, he's been amazing. The crazy thing
Mungkin
though is
Paper X
Paper
ya.
X come into this as a potential favorite, and Jing quietly sneaks his name into that conversation. So far on Haven, he was really good, but map 2 definitely struggled a little bit. We're gonna have to see Fracture where he is insane.
He struggled. Paper
Emang
X struggled.
cocoknya dia nih ya,
Break
Jess
on the
ya.
other
Menurut
side of
gua
this one,
caster yang
friends. Don't
kanan
go
ya.
far. Fracture's next.
Cocoknya dia ngendarain Honda anjing. Reps, cocok. Aduh, gua udah mulai nih guys, bengek guys, taik. Ah, kok nggak giveaway dah? Nanti dong. Map terakhir bro. Gunumonior headset VCT SHR 263801. Berapa duit? Berapa duit itu? Halo Vina. Gimana nih bang? Apanya gimana? Udah mulai nih. Gue punya ini udah mulai bengek nih kalau udah malam nih. Waduh. Udah negatif belum Yar? Belum. Gimana nih bang, menurut lu map 2 ini sama-sama kayaknya pakai neon, kayak bakal batu sih. Lihat aja siapa yang lebih alay sih. Kayaknya harusnya Paper X menang sih. Oh berarti bukan itu headsetnya. Headset apa yang di CS apa ya? Bentar gue cek dulu ya.
What a response from Optic. They take down Paper X on their map pick of a bind. I'm YUUU and I'm back here
Apa
with
sih
Jess
namanya?
and
Bush.
Bren. That is the Optic we know and love. That is the
20
Optic we
efficient.
needed to see in this series.
Yeah, I mean,
Tau
it almost
gue
let it slip
dipakai di
a little
major.
bit towards the end. I was like, no, they like to troll. A little bit of a fake comeback. But no, they ended up sealing it
Ini
away.
dipakai,
And I think a large part of it was down to the fact that Paper X are
pas
playing a bit of a
major-
slower comp
major apa?
and a bit of a slower
CS.
tempo to it. And it's something that
dipakai
Optic
ini
are very familiar with. They played against it regionally a lot of the times. The double controller
Tau
is
gue ya.
incredibly popular. And it really did, I think, give them an in. And they were playing with just complete confidence. Complete confidence.
It's like they knew parts of the map to pick and prod and what parts not to pick and prod. It was like they just knew the game plan before they'd even jumped in, which probably goes to the whole prep argument of, you know, Chet, the likes of Finesse and stuff, stepping up and knowing exactly what it is they would be going up against.
Yang dipakai
If you
sama
let it fly,
CS
you know
ya.
it's going to be picked.
Berarti beda,
And Optic
berarti
have
beda.
not yet,
Itu
this
berapa kalau
entire
dalam
tournament,
leader?
lost their opponent's map.
Ya,
That's
kalau
5 and
sekarang,
0. That
ini
is
kan
an unbelievable
ini berapa
stat
nih?
to be able to hold a
1055
team
kan?
like this.
Do you feel like it was a
USD
mistake for
to
Paper X to
IDR.
change that
Yes.
today?
Yes. I do,
Yeah, I
I
would
do.
agree as well.
Ya,
Yeah, I
16
think the
juta lah.
Euro is
Satu headset.
can't really prep for it too much, but this particular round as well, Jess,
Ini
you
benar-benar buat
highlighted
seneng
a
banget
really
dia
interesting
tuh
question.
aviation.
Watch this round. If I don't show you who's what team,
16 juta.
would you have guessed
Yang
after
di
what
CS ya,
Victor does
di yang
now,
major pakai
which
ya.
team is this? Do you think this is Jing? Yeah, I think this is
Yeah,
Jing.
I would think
I
it's
think this
Paper
is
X.
Jing. I think this is Paper X. The fact that they can give Paper X a taste of their own medicine in attacking strategy is nice. It wasn't
Malam,
as
Ivana.
formidably
Your
fast as
feeling
we
lo
know
mau
Jing
ketiga
to
menang
be,
atau kalah
but
menang?
it gave me flashes of what Paper X were known to be great at when it
Somehow.
comes to bind, and now, well, it's Optics playground now.
Yeah, we're going into Fracture, and I mean, I've got some big questions, I think, largely
Honda
about
Beat di
what
kuping
Optic
nih
are
ya,
going to be
beli
doing in
headset
terms
di
of
mana?
preparation, how
Di
they're going to be
sini
turning
lah
it
dia.
back, because the Fracture's been up and down. It's a map that I
Tadi
think they would
Pepres
consider
butuh
to be
IR,
one of
nggak
the best
butuh
ones.
lah. Kalau
But maybe
butuh
not
gue
so
udah kalah
much
dari
these days,
tadi.
just off the back of the fact that, you know, these guys did float Fracture as
Gue
a map
hanyalah
before.
parasit
One
guys
player in
kalau
particular
misalkan.
I really wanted to
gue
highlight
interpret.
is Ye, because this guy, we said it, we got a bit of a listen in, he said he's locked in.
Locked in.
He looks great today. I mean, Jing's been a bit quiet, but Ye has been having the performance of his life. A lot of people criticized him in the beginning of this tournament. I don't think that anybody is criticizing him right now.
No, I mean, the guy is just on fire right now. And honestly, it's a dangerous element. You're heading into the next map. If he keeps this moving forwards, this kind of form,
Gue pengen dah
this is
kalungnya anjing
world-class,
keren.
world championship
Bangke.
caliber, which we already know. These guys have achieved it in the past.
Yeah, I think Ye being on the tip top of his game
Keren
is
banget,
great. There's
Kir.
also another player we have to highlight if we're speaking about Fracture. Victor.
Jing sama Forsaken kenapa disebut dua Kumon? Karena nggak tahu bro.
Of course, it's just going to be the whole game.
Karena kan
plan for
bocil
Optic now.
Kumon ya.
They know
Kumon
they can
kan
do it on the best
bocil
playground
ya,
of
tahu.
Paper X. They can wipe away that fear a little bit. Now
Ya,
they go
Tokped
into
ada
a bit
promo
more of
nggak?
an
Awam
even
nih,
playing ground.
adalah.
Yes, the DRX result
Paper
worries
X
me
ada
a
lawan
little
guluan
bit,
kabel
but I
lah
think
ya.
there's an
Ngapain?
opportunity to reset. This is a brand new environment for them to sit on there and prove that the Fracture isn't wishy-washy for them always.
How even is this playground, though? I mean, I know we want to ignore what happened against
Sure.
GRX, but it feels like we can't, really.
No, I mean, honestly, I think Paper X are a team they're going to be probably coming into this next one with a lot of confidence. They
Gila,
start off
si
this
Insu
map
ini
with
dia
not a lot of
bawa
confidence, which was
baju berapa
surprising. They
biji
were really
anjir.
eager to trade each other
Buset,
out, take
tiap
risks
match
and make plays as well in the early portions of
ini
bind, and it
terus.
cost them
Beda terus
heavily.
ya.
They got to be coming in with a bit of a reset mindset now. I mean, it has
Halo
to
Bang
be
Yor,
a core
Geos ya Bang
takeaway.
Yor.
And
Thank
for
you
Optic,
Raka.
I don't know. My brain's empty.
Bocilnya
My head's
sempoa
empty.
ya. Gue dulu belajar
I got
sempoa,
no thoughts.
sempoa gue
Isn't it
dulu
always
kenceng banget.
empty, though, Brent?
It's always
Tar, tar,
empty.
tar,
Yeah,
tar, tar, tar,
I'm
tar.
absolutely the
Terus,
desk symbol.
kalau
and
dulu
I'll
zaman SD
defend that
ngitungnya
title
gini
to
gue.
my dying breath. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this team because
Oh,
they've been just
yeah,
so up
langsung.
and down on Fracture recently.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about Fracture a little bit more. This is a decider. I think I was definitely quite surprised that Optic let through Bind and Fracture, but after seeing Bind, they have a plan. They have a plan.
Look, you can look at
Yo,
the
lihat
stats,
Yofi
and I
penonton live
usually,
di
you know
Twitter
me,
ya.
I'm the stats-heavy girl. I will go back and I will say, well, they've only ever lost
Apa namanya?
once on this map. They have a perfect international record on this map. This is a map that, you know, Paper X should win through and through. But I don't think the stats fairly dictate the variables we have on stage right now. You've got an Optic that have won their opponent's map pick, one they thought themselves they would win.
Keren
and
juga,
you're coming
anjing.
into
What
an
the fuck?
environment where that's
Seriusan
up
kayak
against
gini
DRX,
POV-nya.
lights
What the
fires
fuck, man?
under very formidable teams like Optic's butts. They're going to be sitting there
Anjing,
going, we
keren
lost
banget,
that against
guys.
DRX quite
Wah,
heavily,
kalian harus juga
and we've
lihat ya.
learned a lot of lessons from that. That's a dangerous
juga,
opponent to go
anjir.
up against. We're talking about Optic in like rematches. I'm talking about Optic on the micro level of rematches
Kayak
against
gini, anjir.
themselves on maps. Do they lose? Not very often.
It's going to be really intriguing. A lot of questions for it. I know last time as well, Paper X had to refresh before on this, but they did move away from the double duelist comp that they liked to play. The last time they played Fracture, they ended up playing Jing on stage, and it was a bit of a sticking point for them. So
I
mean,
liked it.
when we get into the later, I think it
Ini
limits
kenapa
them too
trending
much
di
personally,
Indonesia ya
yes,
Prau?
because normally he's playing
Apaan
the
sih?
Raze, and
Gue
normally he's
liat Twitter tuh
hyper-aggressive, he's
aneh-aneh
able to
loh.
set up a lot of the plays.
Trending
I wanna see
in
the return
Indonesia,
to that,
Prau.
because to me, it speaks that they are playing with confidence, and they're coming into this with confidence, which was, I think, one of the things they were massively lacking at the start of Bind. They found found it towards the end of the series, but it's too late. They weren't afforded a buffer. You didn't have any more opportunities to give, any more rounds to give. It was a bit of a comeback, but it was a fake comeback.
I know you said the lack of confidence on the side of Paper X, but I feel feel like Forsaken has been the consistency on that team today, where I haven't seen any of that from him. Some of the other players, I feel like you said, Jing has been a little bit quiet, but Forsaken versus Victor, this is going to be really spicy.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I think whatever ends up happening as well, it's as well that old storyline that rears its head. I think it is a huge part of Optic having success on maps is when Victor feels comfortable and is popping off. So far, it's been a little bit tempered. So in this series, I would say.
On this particular map, Victor does have to have a big showing. That is his role. That is the agent upon which is entrusted upon him. And to make the space, to take the space, we saw on Bind, they know the power positions on the map that are expected that PRX are going to take. If they want to stop them at the door and they want to keep up this whole attitude of these are the power positions, we own them, you can't get in without a lot of utility, and by that point we fade back. I like that. I think that works. I think they have a very clear understanding that PaperX uses momentum in the early round to the mid round based off those positions on the map. If they keep holding these power angles, they keep fighting for those spots. I really think fractions of the map where it's very difficult to regain that space. Once you have it, it's rather yours, and that is where the momentum comes the mid to late round. I'd like to see how
of course, winning this gets you a spot in the grand finals on Sunday. It also means that you will get 2 bans, not just 1 ban, but 2 on that day. And that is a massive advantage if you look at the fact that Fnatic and FPX are the 2 teams you're going to have to face, and they have weaknesses. You can force them onto their weaknesses, and this is a really, really important map here.
I think having that advantage is why, even though we say this is not a knockout game, the stakes for me couldn't be higher. If I was one of the coaches sitting down, I'm Chet, if I'm Alex, and I'm looking at this, I say to the boys, this is the match we got to win, because it almost guarantees a leg up in the finals.
Well, we're into the Prime Gaming Agent Select, and now, again, Brent, you mentioned you don't want to see the Sage here. Do you think that's going to be the change that's going to make a difference?
Yeah, I think putting Jing back on the Raze gives him a bit more confidence. It's the role he's comfortable with as well. He looked uncomfortable last time he played that comp. I actually spoke to Benkai after that match shortly after.
He heard you.
And he said it's a comp that they do actually play. I mean, they haven't played it much in terms of their official matches, but they have 2 versions of it depending on what they're up against. But Jing is going to be playing the Raze, which I am a huge fan of. It goes back to that confidence-driven composition, and I think that's what you need when you're going up against a team like Optic. They have not let their foot off the gas, despite the fact that they got absolutely flattened in map number 1.
I like it. I think it will go towards that confidence level you're speaking about. I think this last map is going to be that area where they have to. Obviously, Crash is on the KO. Spoke about him being the clutch master, the power position holder. He is going to be a linchpin just beside the Neon of Victor. I'm wondering whether or not it's going to be a Neon head-to-head kind of thing. Do we come back at halftime and we say, look at this, look what they're able to do? I'd like to see that, but I think that there's so many key stakeholders in both of these teams around the map that are yet to be fully solved.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on, I think, as we head deeper into this map. And I love as well that we're really just retelling the stakes of this one. You win this one, you go to the finals. You get 2 map bans as well. If you end up winning this one, it is a hyper important match. Potentially one of the most important ones of both of these players on each side's careers.
But also the lower bracket is way too scary. I don't think you want to be dropping down there to face FPX or Fnatic. And also that also gives you an extra day where the upper bracket team can play.
That is so important. A lot of people forget that if you have an entire 24 hours to work with, players at this level, coaches, support staff of this level, that is a lifetime of time to be able to work with one of 2 opponents. And maybe you could just prep for both. It's heaps of time. So let's see who's able to snag that by its tail.
Let's see indeed as we head into the final map with your casters, Doug and Bola.
Thank you so much, Sue. Gird your loins. Hang on to your butts. We're headed to Fracture, and what a perfect place to decide who wins this series. I mean, Bola, you talk about fast versus fast, you talk about Optic being the ones who pioneered the neon on this map, it just doesn't get any better.
Yeah, I mean, this matchup already was so interesting with that factor involved. And right away, look at PRX. They want to go fast against Optic here. And yeah, he's got a great setup on top of the box. High-low with Marv.
Color me shocked. They wanted to go fast. Divide with a great trade. As you see, Jing tries to get up top and just drop down instantly. Mind Freak not able to find more than 1. Finesse weak. Benkai is 2. He drops Finesse. There's the swing.
Nice.
As Benkai with nothing in health is able to get those 2 at the end.
What a ridiculous round from Benkai.
Tapi itu sebenarnya
but even more ridiculous, Optic just completely squeezed on that south
side.
Tapi
banyak lah, ngeri lah.
The spawn, they never left it.
Obat keras kan itu.
That's the type of pace and aggression you expect from PaperX.
remaining.
Just the second as well.
Down, attacker spawn.
It honestly felt like at the end of that round, I was like, oh, he got a couple kills. But no, that was all the players.
Yeah, that was all he needed. It's going to be interesting to watch Zowie playing the chain.
Minum kelapa hijau ya, ntar lah besok ya. Gua udah kopi dokain minum itu baik-baik aja.
They're going again.
Aduh, enggak
Hits
berani.
3 of them. Victor was the only one who wasn't hit, and he was a sitting duck anyway.
One enemy remaining.
Great response, but still.
Mau nyari yang penting paksa makan Feng juga kalau mau minum vitamin lupa jangan konsumsi susu atau kelapa lepas sembuh. Lah gimana ini? Katanya aja. Katanya tadi suruh minum kelapa tapi sekarang nggak nyaranin kelapa.
Shots not landing. The flash as he swings around. Still has a bit to work with, but Zowie cleans him up.
It was a great setup, and obviously the kills came in from Forsaken. Ye was there fast.
Minum kelapa habis obat ya, jangan
you have to
gitu.
decide which side you're gonna hold, and Ye immediately is there, gets the kill, trades it.
Gak, gua sebenarnya udah nggak ini sih. Udah nggak demam atau gimana sih? Paling tinggal nunggu gimana gua negatif sama batuk gua nih. Aduh, batuk gua bener-bener ganteng deh.
Because as you saw, 2 players from PRX were just coming right behind them in halls. And this is going to be a super interesting game if we stay.
Both team have a 3-1 recall when facing the 3 map.
Looks like we are.
When facing the
I'm not
third
gonna lie
map.
to you. I don't care if we stay there, if we go somewhere else. I just want that pace the entire time.
Well, PRX is the first one to renege on the contract that they had.
Kamu keturunan anjing, keturunan Jason.
North side crunch this time, and it could cost them because Optic looked like they want to just go fast towards the classic B execute, and they're going to be stuck in arcade. There's a lot of space still possible here for Optic to take.
There it is, fast in the flashes as Victor tries to find space, and he does. He's made his way up to tower. Unscathed so far, but the challenge just on the other side. He swings out.
Oh no!
Yeah, he overstays his welcome. That's the danger when you push into that kind of thing, but still, Optic have a chance at this. Marv just weak. He gets into a 1v1, and Marv! Ice in his veins as he gets 3.
Keeps crashes up too as we go into the next. So both guns stay, and even though he didn't get picked up, that as long as he doesn't fall completely at the end of the round, he'll be right back into it. Look at this from Mark. The second shot.
Oh, the third.
God.
All of them.
Asik.
It's calm. It's
Marv ini keturunan mana ya? Kayak ganteng juga anjing. So iya tai. Biasanya batuknya itu 5 hari gua minumnya air hangat dan air dingin. Enggak, gua nggak minum air dingin.
And it's actually Ye who welcomes that aggression. Victor takes a bit of his own into the lap of Mind Freak and dismisses him.
Tapi iya kan, tapi Victor juga lumayan ada. Ini kalau udah cewek udah bersatu ya, langsung ngomongin ya. Iya ganteng ya, padahal.
This is the type of play you expect to be countering PRX, and right now, so far, looks like it will.
Zowie looking to find some value with that tour de force. Again in a 3v5. The nice thing is he has plenty of options.
Ngomong optik ini, optik juga.
5 targets on the other side. Can he even find one?
They're already saving. I just wants to find something with the tour de force.
I know he's not even going to get a chance. It doesn't look like.
I mean,
Buset, rame.
Opens up the door. Knock, knock.
That's the chance you want. Nothing. Clean round out from Optic.
Lu dengerin Discord gue ya, Yor? Ngomongin baru aku ngomong sama Gino. Ngomong apa? Emang biasa cewek gitu ya? Kenapa sih? Gila ngomong iya ganteng saya ganteng.
And Ye, who's been phenomenal all series long.
Untung ya.
Touted as potentially the operators.
Gantengan lu ya bang.
On Fnatic, on Guild.
Taik lah.
On Optic now.
Please lah adik-adik.
Touted consistently
jangan
as
halu
the counter
anjing.
to PRX.
Ngiri
As
Yor.
soon as he got that up online, he finds himself a kill.
Kenapa ngomongin ganteng sih?
Forsaken's still not done. With the weapons that they have, they're gonna go for it a little bit more.
Minum obat, iya gue minum OBH. Berdahak.
He's in trouble.
Yes, he is. The hold out from Forsaken cleans him up.
But look at the space taken out. Victor's already in their spawn. He's pushed up. Nobody else on the site.
Sumpah dah dari tadi Optik dia gamblingnya masuk terus loh anjing.
Just a great flash setup for Victor to get more. This is dangerous though. Forsaken's picked up an op. His ult did run out though.
But he's got the op. Maybe he can find something with it, a gift. No armor on 2 of them. PaperX! Speaking of gifts, Ness never saw him.
Lah, Jing wah, Jing kurang. Jing lagi kurang nih. Lagi belum dapat buff ini nih dia nih. Wah.
PaperX are gonna have to somehow
kena COVID nih. COVID nerf.
Time's not on their side. They're gonna go. Are they going for this? They want to keep the op. They're just gonna go. Can Forsaken slip his way in? The tap is there, and that should extinguish things.
They can fight the cross though here. They can make this expensive, and they will. A shot from Mind Freak, and Forsaken did escape with the op. And they could have even kept him still. The backside of Gen there. But clean round, clean reaction from Optic. To just push in after Forsaken gets this kill onto Ye. This is a great stun from him.
Anjing lah guys, tarik lah. Tai lu orang ya. Keturunan Anggor.
Momentum behind them.
Anjing dah. Tai lu orang ya. Babi lu ya. Babi lu.
I mean, all 5 rounds so far has included a tree push except for that north side crunch that they did. So there's got to be more depth to this. They've got to have a game plan that allows them some flexibility, because right now Optic is a brick wall.
Slight lead here, but a lead nonetheless for Optic.
Big
on your screen. Now for Ness, trying to talk through how they're going to approach the rest of this half. Some interesting ultimates on mine on the side, really of both teams, right? Benkai has his Rolling Thunder, Mind Freak.
Gila, itu minuman apa ya guys? Kira-kira air putih ya dalamnya ya.
Some of what's been going on, but you're right, it hasn't felt like PaperX have had the flexibility that they need to weather what Optic is throwing at them.
The really nice thing for Optic is on both.
Yang berani aja dalam 3 atau 85. Apa itu dalam 3 atau 85?
This time you expect it to slow
Coba
down a
ya
little bit.
spill komsi Alex dong, enggak. Bentar, didengar sama Optik bahaya bro. Ada orang dalam soalnya di sini. Apa ini? Anjing. Molly apa itu? Molly apa itu?
That's a great delay, and now the Rolling Thunder that we mentioned to push them back, but Victor has gotten separated from the team. Is that going to be okay though? Is the flash?
Apa yang terjadi anjir? Set dah nih orang asli. Sabar banget tai. Udah sabar-sabaran aja udah ini. Nunggu siapa yang namanya Pak Sabar sama namanya Pak Untung. Haha, lucu lu Yor, goblok, diem anjing. Udah diem aja lu, udah sakit, bawel lagi. Bacot Yor, tai.
Make it really easy to set up a trap play, but for Optic, they've already baited out that trap.
Lah, jadon du dando.
Take care of Forsaken. Numbers their way. You see Benkai with the fault line in his face, and now a Victor too, but he's able to dismiss it. Benkai from up top. He's able to find his second.
What the fuck?
Mind Freak is doing it too. The orbital strike comes down.
Spikes down to.
Oh, and a shot out from Ye.
Anjing.
2v3 here, and Device showing he can wield that thing just as well. Jin cleans him up. We're tied at 3.
Nice.
And PaperX slowing down by miles per hour. I mean, they just slowed down to a crawl. They're not even moving on the map at this point.
Apa sih Ye ini jago banget anjing emang.
Devi with the op on one side of the map, and then Benkai with the very, very nice swing. Also with the volley there from Mind Freak. Very cool.
Segitu ya. Sense-nya Ye berapa sih guys?
Either way he does, we're tied at 3.
Segitu ya.
In the hands of Ye and 1 for Devi as well.
Here comes a fast set play for Optic again into Halls.
Knife, relay bolt, Jing on the swing.
Wah, Jing sih gila sih, Jing sih.
This is complete cause for them to just chill for a second, because got their backs covered. Ye's got the op to work with, and they've got the opening pick.
Oh, the nade is perfect. Benkai, can he tuck? Is he safe?
That smoke might fade, though. Benkai might be able to do massive damage.
Again from up top. Undetected. finds more value.
We take wall on too. They can come out of halls really easily.
Ada yang
Here,
lewat.
with that next kill.
Great shout out from Divide. Finesse trying to take care of them both, and he does. A 2v2 here. Mind Freak so far away, but he gets a kill that he
nice.
needs. Forsaken does too.
Yay, X-Mob player. Mukanya. X-Mob dari mana?
Hey, you could get yourself on the desk over there with that sign.
Mind Freak carries the Viper's fit in the
Gila,
next
bro.
round. Forsaken was able to pick up the op. That timeout, it worked.
Finesse almost brings it back, but definitely a miscalculation. That smoke fading right as they take their eyes off of it, right as they decide they actually want to capitalize on the hit on the first kill. And Paper X take the lead on this map. Much closer affairs so far in this first half.
Yay, asli orang Banten ya, iya.
It's what the people want.
It's what the people want. And it was Paper X who called timeout. They figure out what's going on, and now Optic attempt to do a bit of the same.
Yep. And a reminder too, this is the upper bracket final. So both these teams, whether they win or lose, have another chance. And it's so important actually for Optic, in my mind, to take down Paper X here for the health and safety of this tournament, because Paper X with a 2-map ban advantage in the grand finals would be...
That's outrageous.
That is so hard for anybody. I mean, I don't care who you are. If you're Fnatic, FPX, who we're still waiting on that lower bracket match later in the day. If you're Optic going up against them in a rematch too, I mean, such a hurdle. And normally we talk about that, we're like, yeah, this is kind of an advantage, but we're never at the level of Paper X, who can pull out a find that's unbeatable. And if they beat Optic here on Fractured too.
That's not ready.
Oh boy.
Fault line now, you see Victor again pushing his way forward. Vi has to give the space up. Oh, but Jing taking care of Ye on the other side.
Yeah, he's left all the way by himself. Oh, he's coming across. Oh no. Finesse is here to receive.
Whoa!
On the ropes, and he's escaping too.
And he took some damage. He's not escaping that one though.
Buci listrik
Two
anjing.
Neons run at each other so fast.
He is speed, but Benkai throws the brakes on it. The flash through, and I don't think they know he's there. Benkai gets another. Marv falls, operator from Devise. Paper X get to 5.
A crazy round.
Off of the timeout too.
Just a crazy round. They read the fact, and this is the first time that
Wah,
Optic has done that,
guys,
leaving Ye
Capres menang
alone
nih, guys.
up on the top, the north side. And then this is just absurd. Oh my god. And then as well, look at this smoke here from Benkai on the right. This is actually Mind Freak smoke that he's putting out at the beginning of the round. And it gives him so much room.
Jadi rame sekarang, bro.
Into Paper X HQ in Singapore. Oh, another ult. Forsaken's going crazy.
The Rolling Thunder was there, and Paper X clean him up. Marv's Molly, a consolation prize as he somehow gets a second.
Lah?
Forget the guns, I guess. Yay, with the op still here.
He could isolate this easily, this 1v1, but I don't think he'll
Ayo, pick,
expect
Davai.
Divide to
Davai, ayo,
be
Davai.
top.
Bah,
There he does it.
kekok.
Paper X starting to build up a lead here.
Kok di sana kayak siang sih?
And that was a fast attempt. So many
Mungkinnya
times
di
Optic
universe yang lain, bro.
is going for this fast play in halls with the neon wall, all
Di
that sort
TV
of thing.
gue
with
udah
Marv having
93
the
menambah
volley as well
pressure.
on
Siap.
spawn. Look at this. This is top of the round, off the barrier.
That is Paper X.
One enemy
Well,
remaining.
the crazy thing is, too, normally Optic would be very well prepped to handle something like that because they just send Ye.
Bingung, sudah bingung ini Optic nih. Kemana ya kita di...
Paper X on the other side, they want to punish over and over, and that's another punish there.
No, Divide, this on Chamber is just filthy.
Bingung ini. Optic udah GG, guys. Mantap. Final. Grand final, guys. Congrats.
Forsaken waiting here as people walk
Nggak
by.
jadi dah.
Crosshairs.
Nggak
Ye
jadi
with the trade. Ye finds another. 3v3 here on the round. Finesse still with...
Look at this. Marv is actually reading out the flank. Ye's isolated now, but look at Finesse. He's all the way on the other side.
And he's going to do it quietly yet again. No idea as to what's going on. And
Wah, Aaron gila juga.
He's got 3 on the round. He's going to
Ya,
try to take it to the fences.
mantap.
There's Nop waiting on the other side. So Showstopper invested.
Oh, Finesse double thinks himself there.
Oh, and
Wants to challenge, but he only has a sheriff.
Yeah, that's all he has.
This is a great spot, though. Do they expect him here?
Can he find 2? He's going to have to do it with the sheriff. 1 disappears.
Oh, nice.
The second doesn't fall.
Welcome, congrats.
Jing cleans him up. Paper X get the defuse. They get to 7.
And while this was a close game, all of a sudden that scoreline that we
Bacot
saw
Yor,
in the
takut
first
ngejing,
map
bukan
possible.
takutnya ngejing, kita harus
As we go into the last 2
Ini
rounds
udah
here.
dukung aja
Still,
dulu, optimis bro.
Optic need to bring
Masalah
this back
Jinx
to 7-5
urusan
to make
belakangan,
this
yang
close
penting kita
because a
ngedukung dulu
9-3
sampai
is
grand final.
very difficult to do when you go off to that defensive side.
Pede aja dulu dah.
Similar comps, but such drastic styles.
Optic have to find a solution here soon, and perhaps it's through the ultimates. They have 4 of 5 available. While Paper X is not that far off. Instantly, you hear the tour de force come online. Victor throwing a little shoulder, see if anyone's going to challenge him.
Intinya Paper X grand final dulu, yoi.
Freaking A, he's
Mati
right.
nih,
They're
mati,
coming.
mati.
Can he find value? He's already spotted him. The relay goal is happening.
Ya.
But you don't sidestep Jing.
Oh.
Gak ada smoker udah bingung.
Fast
Masih ada wall ya?
And now the Rolling Thunder. And off of that they go. That's a green light. They're getting what they're looking for. They're also looking for Benkai, and Benkai's able to get another 4v3 here in favor of Paper Rex. And it's gone from bad to worse. But can Ye snatch it back? No! It's gonna have to be Finesse. Vandal in hand. But it's a knife that's out!
Nice, 93 bro.
And Benkai gets 3.
Mamam Jing, sumpah. Sumpah lu, mamam cok.
Optic are getting dismantled.
Not on home turf at all. And this Benkai has been a menace from this tower position.
He absolutely has.
A menace.
Let's go.
So in that round, he's just completely dancing around, up the rope, down the rope, up the rope. And that's himself 3 kills on what looked like a perfect decision from Optic, although they might counter this Viper's Pit. Mind Freak in trouble.
The thing is, you're walking into a labyrinth, and there is no thread from Ariadne to get through. You're going to have to rotate away, and that's exactly what Optic do.
Not the Optic that we knew from prior maps where they pushed through the Viper's Pit at all costs. And another trap play, yay!
He's caught out, man. He didn't have a chance. And now the ult out from Forsaken. He's only able to get 1. But the molly up from Crashies keeps him back for now.
The movement.
4v2 in favor of Paper Rex. Is Crashies. Oh, and Benkai again! Heart still beating, still feasting, still eating. A 9-3 half for Paper Rex. And Optic on the ropes.
Nah, Paper X kan? Udah easy guys.
So many lopsided halves.
Headshot ini bro.
And this time, there is no chance for Optic to just wait for the next map. This time, they've got to come back all the way on a crazy half on the other side.
How deep is the playbook? How strong is the mental? We'll find out at the other side of this halftime break. Yinsu.
Doug! We get nice 3 halves today. I feel like it's curse at this point. I know the nice 3 curse comes in, but so far it does feel like the team that gets the high round in the first half kind of just rolls over in the second.
Runs
I'm
away
not
with
saying
it.
anything.
No, listen, they look large and in charge. They are in control of this map so far. Paper X, I love the return to the race of delivering that final blow. And Victor, I mean, his role now is going to be changing as well when the sides swap around.
on to pull out this round to reinforce what you're stating there, Bren. The fact that there have been rounds after round where we've had Benkai in positions to read this perfectly. Victor shut down. He knows exactly where he's going to be. Look at his crosshair in that moment. They can't get rid of him, and by himself, Benkai has been the playmaker, especially in the second quarter of this game. He has owned it. It is his own, and I think that we were talking about on Bind, them not having initiator abilities. Benkai was the missing piece there.
Tetap ya guys,
He's
ya,
now
mau
in
gimana
action
pun,
here on Fracture, and
kalungnya
all of the
keren
other
anjing.
pieces around him are activated fully fold as a result of him.
Yeah, he's been so clutch, I think, in just being able to clean up a lot of these rounds. But I mean, heading into the next one, I think for Optic to stand a chance, listen. I'm not gonna single out any player in particular, but I think as well, Ye has been having an absolute heater of a match so far. And right now, you need to just see an extra element to keep up with him, because it's not enough for them. It's not enough, and they have to come back into this some way. Obviously, starts at the pistol round, but a difficult tall order, I think, when you're playing against a PaperX who are not slowing down. They're not playing with no confidence anymore. They're on their comfort compositions, and they look just primed to go into the finals.
What I will say is that Optic, they have responded already in the series. They do have a chance to respond here because they have to if they want to lock in the grand finals today. Darg and Bala, I'm very, very excited for the second half.
PaperX, throne before the throne, unwavering in the face of greatness, in the face of history. Meanwhile, Optic off kilter now, wavering, wobbling, looking for answers, and I don't know that there's much to be found. PaperX with a big cozy lead here, now on attack. They can dictate the pace, and that's a terrifying prospect.
Set up for a dish push. And it's gonna be fast. The A presence from Optic all in halls. That knife sets up Ye to get a lot of space here inside of halls. So he might opt to back up, and Victor has at least one stun to counter and combo.
Go, go, go.
Finesse, but here it comes.
There's the fast lane. You see the utility layered out perfectly as they get onto the site at just the right time. Jake's still up top in heaven. That's not able to land the shots. They go a bit wide. Victor still with two, though. And Ye does it as well.
Wah, anjing, nih orang klik kanan.
Ye may
Ya
single-handedly
Allah.
keep Optic in this.
I think actually that round device nowhere near, so this defuse is coming through. The round is over.
Just want the kill.
I feel like I've seen that situation. One bullet from Ye,
Ya
and they will clean it up.
Tuhan,
But
orang
that
klik kanan.
round already shows a little bit of deficiencies that Optic might be able to take advantage of, because what is it? No smoke on halls. So Ye is able to find two easily. And Victor and Finesse did, well, a pretty good job at delaying for Ye so that they could fight in a crossfire like this. Victor with the first two, and then Ye as they're trying now to clean out Victor. No smoke here.
One enemy remains.
So only one Viper as the controller. Not something we've seen since the beginning of Bind, but PaperX.
Jersey Space-nya beli di mana ya?
behind the
Belum,
scenes.
belum, ntar paling. Ini anjing, Cok. Iya, Cok.
See how they cover those gaps.
Bangsat nih.
It's going to be fast. At least that's going to be the attempt of the Molly to keep him back.
Buset kayak kerannya guys,
A
lihat
little bit
guys.
of hesitation
Trajektorinya anjing.
as they're forced to think through how they
Gak
want to go about
dicek,
this.
gak.
That's certainly not what you had in mind. Marv's able to get two easy ones with the Spectre on the other side. It's actually the Finesse who gets three at the end there. Clean out from Optic.
And they've already brought it back within 4.
Long road to ruin, though.
Again, so much on the line for Optic. A PaperX victory here would mean such a difficult road for anybody in the grand finals. And also, they just have to make it through the lower bracket. We know they're good at it.
Light armor on two members on the side of Optic.
Apa tuh artinya anjing?
PaperX only with one.
Ngomong apa sih?
See the relay bolts come through and they push Mind Freak back instantly.
Ngomong apa sih?
Starting to get involved
Not back.
as we near the end of this map. Again, PaperX with a cozy lead here, but Optic are making a run at it. Wall up from Mind Freak. Yay, waiting patiently, but Mind Freak wins the duel.
Oh, and he's already
Forsaken
behind.
slinging around. You see the pace again is so good.
Double combo of Jing, too.
They thought he dropped. They thought he dropped. Jing was still able to get one.
And they're not even hitting this site. They put them in the complete blender.
You see Victor moving forward, crashes as well. But once again, a trap this time. Close to the line for on the other side. You check this cheap
One
little
enemy
angle. You
remaining.
clear your 50.
Ah, mantap.
No, he doesn't.
Kasih 5 aja, bro. Kasih 5 aja, bro.
A similar position now to what Paper Rex attempted on Bind, a 5-round deficit. Still 2 rounds away from match point for Paper Rex, so slightly different, but you're right, he called this out. Jing hiding
One enemy remaining.
on top of the rope, pretending like he dropped down.
Yang jago mati, Aaron.
They're
Aaron
gonna have
flashback
to
gak
deal
tuh?
with that really fast push into spawn from Forsaken 2.
Victor, the only one on the side of Optic with the gun here. It's a stinger. The challenge is not his way. Paper X are going to get relative ease. That was really the only problem.
Tuh, gak enaknya klik kanan tuh gitu kalau miss, guys.
Now the members of Optic arrive and
Kalau oh, anjing,
doesn't look
apaan tuh?
good. Maybe crashes can swing it back though.
Stuck here, can Victor get here?
Yeah. Well,
Gak enaknya tuh
responded.
gitu, guys.
Jang still up and having Benkai on the tap.
Terasa kayak
So good.
apa ya ngomongnya ya?
Victor taking the scenic route. He circumvents what's before him. Or at least
Pan-
attempts to.
apa sih?
Haven't gotten
Reset
past
M-nya
Divide.
tuh.
And now you've got Jing who's shown up too. They're pinched, man. You have a room on one side, you have
Anjing,
satchels on the other. Where
membuatnya
do you
bisa
go?
nyamperin loh.
Nothing is safe.
Solid utility there from Paper Rex, but Optic as well. Saving there, not going. For what? They got because of the pistol rounds. They want that op in the hands of Ye. And I think that's a great decision. Again, you think about the composition. As we get an Optic timeout, you think about the composition from Paper Rex. The Viper Wall is the only thing, outside of the Neon Wall, which sometimes is available, sometimes is not. You only have really 2 chances to get into sight. And Ye is the answer.
At least he'll have to attempt to be. Again, you mentioned the operator. Seems like
Don't
Lee
give
is gonna
him
be bringing
operator,
into this
bro.
Next round, opt to call a timeout. Staring up another outrageously large deficit.
Six rounds to bring it back. Paper X just need 2. And they've already made history, but they are so close to making history even more. A grand finals appearance for an SEA team. This mix of Singaporean and Indonesian players on the side of Paper X doing what has never been done here in Valorant and
Wah,
beyond.
gila sih ini. Final sih Paper Rex lawan Optic lagi Zior. Gak tahu, bro. Gak tahu. FPS fanatik juga.
All eyes turn to Ye. Operator
Alamak,
hand shot
udah
delivered.
mulai dah. Mulai nih.
Fast to arcade, can they cross?
Fast lane.
Do.
And
Far to receive. It didn't go off.
Can he find another? He does. We asked who the catalyst
Wah, ini
was.
orang gila, bro.
Let me introduce you to Ye. 4v2, here's Jing. Up top. No idea, there's someone literally right behind him, but Mind Freak's able to clean him up. This is still a winnable round for Paper X. They have that showstopper, and here it goes. Jing goes up top, lands the shots onto Victor. 2v2 here.
Wah, ini sampai kalah sih. Lah, kocak. Ye, percuma lu, bunuh 2 lu. Sumpah,
And
temen
Ye
lu.
once again
Kocak.
alone. He's already gotten 3 on the round. He's gonna have to get all 5 just to get Optic to 6. Can he do it?
He thinks they're going back to B.
Oh, I don't think he wants a heat.
Oh.
He may just be saving the end.
No, with the spike plant, he's coming back now. Has to go for this. He's got the tour de force next round, so game saving
Sumpah,
play
sampai
here
misalkan
possible
dia
for Ye.
nge-clutch, anjing.
With an op. Again, no armor. He's gone entirely unscathed in this round. The biggest challenge is still before him. The operator does not sing. Paper Rex, map series point.
Sampai nge-clutch, anjing. Gua di
Ye has been finding
ward kalau dia
massive
dapat
values against the
kesehat,
stars, but this time
OP.
Jing is able to find value of his own.
One enemy.
Even though he's been shutting him down on prior maps. And that was definitely an overplay from Finesse and so many Optic players. It was a 2 versus 3.
You want to play? Let's
Gila nih, mantep banget di PPX, gila banget. Sumpah.
Here both of them have been used. Bankai has the Rolling Thunder. You hear the Orbital Strike. All of it dumped at once. Can Forsaken find anything with the ult? A broken buy for Paper Rex. Do all of that. Perhaps Forsaken can find the value, no. Finesse cleans him up. Victor trying to find more. 4v3 in favor of Optic.
And they can't go to A. Yay is there. And they've got no wall. They got no wall on this side either. As Mind Freak and Forsaken have fallen, so it has to be just utility, has to be Divide taking point.
No element of surprise in play here. In fact, they're the ones smoked off. Oh my goodness, I thought he hit that, but Divide hits that one!
Nice
Menace
banget.
on the chamber as Jing does it too, crashes and Yay left alone! And it's all on to Yay! Oh, to keep Fracture alive. The star for Optic. Alone. In space that's unoccupied by anyone else.
Falls. Could have been a moment there for Ye if he made the read. He is making the read though, falling all the way back.
The crowd feeling it. Yay outnumbered, and it's not gonna happen. History books have a finite amount of pages, and Paper X's story is not done yet.
Gokil guys. Gokil.
In fact, Doug, I would say it's just beginning.
Gokil.
A first for SCA, a grand finals appearance here for Paper X. And then taken down.
Cepetan yuk guys, let's go, nggak pakai lama, nggak pakai
Optic.
cot, gua kencing dulu, cepetan.
An unbelievable advantage now for them.
Let's play.
As we get to see them play potentially both Bind and Fracture in the grand finals, where they have been slaughtering opponents left and right, minus today on Bind, of course.
Yeah, almost didn't matter today, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Can lightning strike in the same place twice?
It's a great question.
Clinical performance out from Paper X, man.
And a great introduction for them to the crowd, to the audience. And still, this is hard to say, but still probably some people's first time watching Paper X, and I'm sure they're making fans over and over and over with their style, their bombasticity.
How do you not love them? How do you not love those guys? I mean, Bankai walked out in a dinosaur costume, man. What are we talking about? And the performance that he had on that map, and unreal.
It's a standing ovation, too, from the crowd as they take their bow and we wait for 2 days to get to see them again. And the crazy part, Doug, is this series wasn't really even on the star players for Paper X. You expect it to have to be against Optic. But, I mean, Bankai in this last map, a monster. Divide in the first 2. A monster on this map too.
Chamber. 17 and 8 performance out of him. Bankai, probably one of the greatest showmen in all of
Bankai in the final map came up, but this Optic, so I kind of think that I would throw in Divide to the hat. I know he's not on the list, but that guy was a monster on that one. He started the momentum for Paper X.
Just drop the replies in the
Halo,
tweets
hello.
if you don't believe.
Apa
Again, Paper X take down Optic. And we are headed to break. We'll be right back.
Devita Levania. Oke, itu DM. Satu lagi. Sazefrit. Sazefrit. Anjay. Ayo mana nih? Hangus gak nih? Papu 5 detik nggak ada hangus ya. Lima, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alvin. Ada Alvin nggak di sini? Alvin, ada nggak Alvin? Alvin. Alvin, ada Alvin nggak? Alvin. Halo, Alvin. Halo. Ini orang pada ngikut tapi ini ya. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arya Prawira di Reza. Arya. Mana Arya nih? Halo, hadir. Mantap. Apa IG-nya? IG-nya. Arya. Oke guys, thank you ya. Sek. Arya. Sek. Oke guys, thank you semuanya ya. Gua istirahat dulu, udah nggak mampu gue sumpah. Oke, thank you guys, masih istirahat banyak. See you, sampai ketemu next stream. Oke guys, bye bye guys, dadah guys. Thank you semua. Ada udah gue chat ya di DM. Oke, bye bye guys.